even in hell. Greetings, you magnificent maniacs, and welcome to that Tuesday thing we do. TOPicLESS.
Brought to you apparently by aspartame.
Right.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome Tuesday, 9:15-ish. And with me, as always, my homie, my co-host, Mr. Jason Bascom. How you doing, homie?
We're gonna get that sponsorship eventually.
Eventually,
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get
eventually.
rolling in the money, man. Rolling in the.
I'd rather roll in the money than the aspartame, to be perfectly honest.
No, we could roll in the aspartame too. Aspartame keeps you young, keeps you fresh.
You know what? You can roll in the aspartame. I'll take the money. I'll take the money. Yeah. No, I'm good on the aspartame front. It creates Alzheimer's in the brain.
Creativity and inspires men to walk on the moon. Yeah.
Makes them forget that they were ever there.
But that's because they're 90. You're gonna forget. You're old. I mean,
Right.
But you won't forget. If you drink aspartame by the time you're 90, you'll remember you walked on that moon, even if you didn't.
You'll hallucinate it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Get
Yep.
you lifted, son.
Yeah.
Right.
Something like that. Yeah. So how was your weekend, man?
That was good. You remember what I did? No.
See, the aspartame's already working.
No. I'm an idiot. But no, I went to the comic shop. I got a couple of things.
Nice.
I should have brought it out. But anyway, no, I ordered these in the mail. So I got these in the mail. Got the.
Ooh, Batman Black and White.
Yeah, dude. So many great artists are in these. You got Bisley.
Yeah.
You got Simonson. You got Joe Kubert, however you want to say it.
Kubert, yeah.
Him
Kubert,
too.
Joe Kubert. Yeah.
I like to say Kubert, as in Art T. Bear. And then
I don't think it works like that, but okay.
I also got this. This is dope.
That's
dude.
cool.
Yeah, this is Nick. He's on the Incredible Hulk.
Oh
right now.
yeah. I recognize that name. And Ivan
but-
Brandon, I recognize that writer's name too.
Yeah. And this is European format or whatever. So it's a
Nice.
little.
Oh, it's
and
a little
also-
wider. Okay.
It's a little wider. It's a little bigger, and also Klein did the colors and the painting in it. Dude, these are sick,
Oh, wow.
man. Like there's 6 issues. Dude, I got these for like $15 for all 6.
Wow,
Like,
dude.
Crazy, like just crazy affordable. A good
Your
deal.
camera is blurry as hell
Blurry.
right now.
Is it random? Well,
Yeah.
I hope that I'm moving.
It's just it's all kinds of pixelated. From what I can tell, it looks pretty cool.
On
Let's
my
see
end,
if-
it looks fine.
Yeah. Okay, that actually kind of cleared up a little bit. That is really cool. Wow. Oh, did he just freeze?
It's dope, man.
Okay.
Everybody, I think it's I didn't freeze. Are we having?
Yeah. Okay, chat. You guys got to help me out here. Is it just me, or is Jason freezing for you guys as
Am I
well?
frozen?
You're stuttering a little bit. Now your camera looks clear, but
no.
you're freezing.
Yeah, now you're cutting out too. Oh, what? We were fine. We were fine when we were backstage.
Yeah, we were totally fine backstage, and now your internet's like, no.
It'll
Start saying hi to the chat.
Yes.
What's up, Paul dear? Good to see you. Says hail. Good to see you, sir. Tay Tay is a psyop. What's up, Angela? Says good evening, gents.
Hello,
Welcome.
Angela.
Yeah. There she is. Hi, beautiful Skull. Good show today. We had a fantastic show on the Happy Hour Hangout. You guys should all go subscribe to Flying Feline. Super fun episode today. Had a lot of people watching too. I did middling on the on the trivia today. I think I got maybe 4 right, which is about about average.
Was Jimmy in the chat?
No, he wasn't. So I did better because he wasn't in the chat.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He was there. He might have gotten half of one right.
Yeah. Well, usually, sometimes I've gotten none right when Jimmy is in the chat, and I blame him. Fully blame him.
It is his fault.
It is always his fault. Yeah.
That's why he's not here. He's a coward.
Yeah, he's not going to be joining us tonight. He's got a lot of work to do. So
you have a lot of work to do.
I do have a lot of work to do, but hey man, it's
saying,
our show.
Some people are just better at things than others.
It happens. What are you going to do? It's
fine. Everybody, I guess,
we've been doing this for almost 4 years now, right? Which will be closing in March, by the way. He told me to pass along. Yep. That's what he's saying. It's going to be closing in March.
Hey, Jimmy, how about you stop using us as your little stool pigeons to convey your messages and get in here and do it yourself to say it's closing in March so everybody go back Dragon Rage.
Deliver your messages yourself.
That's right. No, back Dragon Rage, everybody. It looks dope.
Absolutely.
Jimmy's working hard on it. Yeah, so
What's up, Mike McMahon? Good to see you, brother.
Mike?
Thank you for being here. Scrolling. Oh, thank you, Feline. I appreciate that. Dropping the link for Mercenary Guild. Yeah, that's the book I'm working on with Morb357. If you sign up, you'll get the exclusive Nicole, the Elven Sorceress trading card.
Yeah, sign up today.
That's right. What's up, Tokame? Good to see you, Seth.
Tokame's in the chat.
Welcome, sir. Chris H., welcome. Suffocation Hand Shop. Suffocation's a great band. There's a storm of brewing, says Tokame. That could be why the internet is crapping out.
No storm.
No storm. Oh, he says no storm.
Storm.
Feline says he's freezing. Oh, my internet apparently started acting up at the end of Happy Hour Hangout. So.
No, I mean, it could have been either one of us. But
yeah. Tokame says Jason's a bit north of me, but there is a storm rolling through the Midwest, so he's probably being hit by it. Tokame says I should be working. Old Dirty Fatty, what's up, man? Good to see you. Says he's got a point. And you are most welcome, my love.
Okay, there we go. That's not
Everybody, really, you guys should go subscribe to Feline's channel. Great content. We always have a lot of fun on the Happy Hour Hangout. We did a food show on Sunday.
Yeah.
Good stuffs. Unfortunately, got struck for unknown reasons on Saturday, so they couldn't do the food show that they were planning on doing. So we moved it over to Feline's channel, and it was a lot of fun, man. Yeah, we went over. We made a lot of people hungry. And tortured a lot of people.
So I also got
What's up, Bennett?
Hey, what's up?
No storm, all rogue and Jubilee today. Oh, wait, I got something for that. Hold on. Where is it? Yeah. Hey.
I like all of those people. No,
right?
So I think this is the Capullo cover, but this is Spawn 350.
Oh yeah.
So with Brett Booth is now on pencils permanently on Spawn. Dude, the interiors are dope
what
on this.
Shit.
So
man.
Good, dude.
Good call, Todd. Good call, man.
Yeah, dude. He made a right decision there. Then I picked this up. I also picked this up.
Oh yeah, I got that one. That's a good man. That's in pristine too. Look at that.
That's nice. That's good.
That's
shit.
purty.
It is. I'm gonna send it out, but I have the first part of it. I'm gonna get. He has it. I just got to get it.
Right.
So, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
it up
here
you, somewhere.
Yeah, you have it. I know. You shown it up before, but I recently required it over the weekend, so that's one of my.
That's congratulations, man. That's
I've
awesome.
been wanting them, and they have them in the shop, and I'm like, you know what? Because of the way things are working out, I'm like, I can afford this one.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, I kind of have to work out something. So, but I'm getting it, so that's good. So,
that's awesome, man. Those two issues are fucking great. I remember I have a I think it's right back here actually. Yeah, I have an old trade. It's
nice,
it's both of the issues put together. Days of Future Past. Yeah. I have never seen this anywhere else. I got this out of one of those comic book catalog things they used to send out back in the day, like anotheruniverse.com before it became Another Universe. And I have never seen these. I've never seen this anywhere else. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
and this was how I read Days of Future Past for the first time.
No, I know that cover especially.
Yeah.
Like I've seen that
this
cover.
This is Butch Geis.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a fantastic cover, man. Geis is
cover.
fucking great, dude.
Yeah.
Mike says he's got that one. Nice, dude. Yeah, I've never seen it anywhere else, man. What's up, Hockey?
Hello, Hockey. Hockey's editing a video.
Nice. Good to see you, Hockey. Tokame says, all right, I need to write. Listening. Well, hopefully we don't mess up your writing there, buddy.
I don't know if that's the garbage can or thunder. No, it's thunder. Okay.
It could be either. Oh well. I mean,
if somebody's pulling the garbage can up the driveway, it kind of sounds like it. But no, it is thunder. So I guess we are getting a storm that's coming through.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, but yeah, it is what it is.
What's up, Shay?
Hello, Shay.
How's it going?
What's going on?
Welcome.
Yeah. I did an update on Absolute that I'm gonna do 30 and then in demand. So that way I get all them. That way I get the money to send it out to print because I sent off for the proof. I should have that by the beginning of the month. So
right on, man.
So yeah, so that way once I get the money, I could just print a decent amount of books and start fulfillment as soon as possible. Yeah. So
awesome.
And then I'll be in demand for 30. So I figured it's like a 30 and 30 campaign. Because really, dude, what's this second 30 gonna do me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is it? It's not gonna trigger anything in Indiegogo. It's not gonna uptick. I'm not gonna get a bump.
Right.
Like, it's just not gonna do jack. So there's really no point in doing a 30 and 30.
Gotcha.
Like, that's why we used to do it. So
right. So you get that extra boost.
Yeah, but dude, even whenever I launched and I got funded pretty quick. I wasn't on any of the featured pages, like, at all. So
right.
I was like, I'm not going to get any kind of airtime, so I might as well just get it out there as soon as humanly possible.
Agreed. You know,
yeah.
It's I mean, this was designed to be a quick campaign anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah, and oh, what? No.
Tokame says we're an inspiration. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Glad that's the case, man. We'll take it.
Sometimes.
Arthur Brown. Good to see you, sir. My brothers, I've been catching you guys on the rewind. This is my first live in a while. I just wanted to drop in and say, hey. Well, I'm glad you did, man.
See you, man.
Yeah, it's good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. Brother. Hockey says, writing and listening, Tokame. That sounds hard.
Yeah, if I'm writing,
it may very well be.
I can't listen to people talking.
What's up, Bone?
Hey, what's up, Bone? I can't listen to people talking or music with lyrics. I can't do it.
Yeah. It's yeah. I have to have just music in the background, like instrumental music, if I'm writing. Otherwise, it starts messing with my word flow. Yeah. Shay says, love you guys. Wish I could join in later, but need to edit some vids for tomorrow, so we'll be popping in and out. Oh well, love you too, and thanks for popping in. Appreciate you being here.
Likely story.
Jason is the skeptical.
Hockey's editing, Shay's editing.
And Jimmy is working hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
We see how this is.
I'm hearing all kinds of excuses.
Inkspots is dead. Like.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but that's kind of you're the one that's been pushing that rumor, right?
I'm talking about it's true.
Yeah, no, Inkspot's died weeks ago. It's just his corpse that's been visiting TOPicLESS. What's up, some person?
Hey,
totally.
His eyes are dying on him, though. That's for sure. Like he's got to have
no good.
Cataract surgery, but they can't. Like his doctor's got to. It's got to go through the loopholes. You know what I mean? So it's going to take him a couple of months to get the surgery, which is good. Then he's not coloring anything right now.
What's
he's
up,
lettering.
good stuff?
Hey, what's up, good stuff? He's on page 38, I believe he told me, or 39.
Hell yeah.
He's somewhere in there. So he's 38, 9, because he said he's 9 pages away. So he's at the home stretch.
Damn, getting it done. That's fantastic.
Yeah, then that'll go off to the printers it'll get edited, and then it'll go off to the printers for a proof. And then once he gets the okay, because ink is going to be the main say on it since he's the colorist, and that's the main thing he needs to color check. So he'll get a magnifying glass out and do it. I don't know, but he'll check the colors, make sure they're good, and then we'll do the order. So
hell yeah! So guys, go hit that link that Feline dropped in the chat for Frog G.
Yes. Get us our $3.
Yep, go hit that link and go support these guys, because once the book is all set and ready to go, it'll be coming down off of In Demand.
That's right.
And I agree with Shay here. You should have been trending everywhere with how fast you hit your goal, because that used to be the metric for Indiegogo. But
it's been sitting at $4.93 or $4.97 forever, and the $3 is killing us. We really want to see it take over.
Yeah, so go back Frog G right now. Do it now. Do it now.
Back it now.
Listen to me now. Understand me later.
Yeah, but back it.
Back it now. Yes.
Back it. Yeah.
Good Stuff says, Bone asked Google AI to create good stuff, and it's like looking in the mirror. Oh, Lord. I can only imagine. Hockey says, Jimmy who?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Jimmy who.
And some person says, just make another ink spots. Totally. We'll just create another one.
I don't
grow
know
one in the vat.
I don't know if you could feed it enough sustenance on this planet to make it as
What's up, More?
equal to his size. What's up, More?
Well, I mean, if you're going to grow another one, maybe don't feed it the terrible diet that the first one ate.
I see. Make him actually look like a regular human being instead of Mr. Stay Puft.
Yeah, something like that. Yep. What's up, Shadowhawk? Good to see you. Thanks for being here, man. Hail Inks Ghosts, he says. Poor Ink Spots.
Yes.
Togame says, okay, I'll back it. See, there you go.
That's spirit.
Get you over that $3 hump.
Spirit. Yeah. It's bothering
Thank
us.
you, Feline. I appreciate you dropping the links for everybody. Got the link for Mercenary Guild in here. Got the link for Good Stuff's channel. Oh, that's right. Mrs. Good Stuff's channel is going now, and they're moving Uncorked, which will be this Friday at the usual time, but it'll be on Mrs. Good Stuff's channel. And the Murder She Streamed, I think is the name of the show, is going to be there as well. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was wondering when she's going to bring that back.
Yep, it's going to be over on Mrs. Good Stuff's channel. So yeah, all the Uncorked and the Murder She Streams is going to be on Ms. Good Stuff's channel, and Good Stuff's channel is going to be doing all the other stuff.
Yeah, because I would listen to those Murder She Streamed. At least the replay. I can't remember if they were live, but I would listen to those while I was drawing. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, they're pretty interesting. That's for sure. She's usually got Feline on there and Hen talking about the different.
Fanta's been on there.
Yep, Fanta's been on there as well. Yep. Yep, they have good conversations. What's up, Hex? Good to see you, brother. Oi, my peoples. Welcome, sir. It's good to see you. When you gonna come draw with us again, man? We miss you. What's up, J-Bot? Welcome, sir. Welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, she's the link master, indeed, and she's doing it all from her phone. So, mad props.
Nice
Mad
job.
props to her.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I ordered the Plagle sent me a link for a nice little hookup on he found it at a good price of a Batman Secrets.
Doing amazing.
The CM Keith. It's an artist edition. So I recently picked that up. I'm waiting on that to come in. So
Sam Keith Batman Artist Edition, you say?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's gonna be dope. But I'll show that off.
I bet.
I get it. I'll show that off whenever it comes in. Got it at a good price. It doesn't have the box, dude. I was looking online. The Max one is going for like $450. At least the one that I saw. I didn't see another one.
Jesus.
I was like, holy mother! I'm like, I'm glad I got it. I'm like, jeez, like, and I got it at half price because of Will Perdomo. So
Nice.
it was like a Black Friday deal coming up or what pre-order system, and Will told me about it, sent me the link. He's like, dude, you want to get on this? I'm like, yeah, I want to get on that. So
Wow, that's fucking badass, man.
yeah, I'm happy I got that. And I like the artist edition. Roque, Roque, I think, I can't remember. I apologize, dude, if you're watching. He's got a great channel where he shows off like omnibuses, artist editions, and stuff like that. I wish I could remember the full name of his channel right now, but he had a Manabat artifact edition, I guess a Facebook group. Like did it like it came about because of them or something, but I don't know how it came about. But he had, dude.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's black and white, dude. It looks so good because you remember Cybernary, dude. The colors were a little muddied. It looked like so.
Yeah.
But these are black and white, like full glory, like beautiful.
You gotta love the black and white editions to get the to have the so you can appreciate the line work.
And what's interesting is in some of the last few of the pages, there's some colored work too. It looks so crisp and vibrant. Like, so it might have been the color samples or whatever that they had in there, and I guess when it went to print, it just didn't translate or something well enough because the paper stock they were using then in Image Comics wasn't bad. So I don't know why the colors did not translate in the printing process.
I mean, the color file may have been corrupted. It may have been it may have just been a lower resolution. I mean,
and it could have been
back then, but they were still kind of figuring out, digital colors. It was still early days for digital coloring, and by the end of it, they were probably getting with it, figuring out what needed to be done.
Yeah. So I mean, it was really cool. You showed that off. Like I said, I wish I could remember. Maybe I could go into my YouTube and see if I could find the name of his channel. But yeah, it's a fun channel. He doesn't do streams all the time, but they're pretty cool when he does.
Well, that's cool. Gotta enjoy the streams like that when you can. So this is the AI image apparently of that Bone generated for Good Stuff, and says it's like looking in the mirror, and it's it's what happens when you use that Google AI.
I think this Good Stuff is a little more well kempt though. Like
damn.
No, I mean, Good Stuff looks clean. It's just this one's like trimmed up. Like I gotta trim mine. You know what I mean? I gotta trim up. I haven't done it in a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But like this one, just seems a little more like he's maintaining a little better with the trimming of the beard. So
apparently, this is his inner soul.
He wants to be
Feline
a
says,
French hipster.
Something like that. Morb likes the hat.
Nice hat. The knit derby.
Yeah.
Very.
Top of the morning to you.
Yeah.
It's Newsy's hat.
Choice.
Good Stuff's like, I need to take notes. Get looking better and brush your shoulders off.
Brush your shoulders off.
Mrs. Good Stuff says, don't listen to Good Stuff. He's obviously not a ginger. Yep. Obviously not a ginger. Lies. All lies. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I never really paid attention to his hair color.
Well, now you know. Good Stuff is a ginger. Yep,
he's
a ginger.
Uh-huh. Oh, I can't hang out with Good Stuff anymore.
Oh, okay. Well,
sorry. I don't associate with their kind.
Oh, well, there you go. I disavow. That's Jason's own opinion.
Does that mean Good Stuff is in the near future where he's just going to be turned into a black woman?
I mean, Google AI has already started. Part of it anyway. Chris H says, "What would the theme song for Absolute be, Jason?" And Good Stuff says he was born a poor black child.
Oh,
what's up, Jimmy?
I froze up. I froze.
Yeah, you did.
Froze up. What's up, Jimmy? What would the theme song for Absolute be?
That's what Chris H wants to know. What would the theme song for Absolute be?
Well, it depends. Which one? Absolute Book 1 and 2 or One Stormy Night? With One Stormy Night, I always picture something from Crowbar, like Broken Glass or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. It just seems to pop into my brain. But yeah, we'll go with that. With a One Stormy Night.
Nice.
Yeah.
As Elvis once sang, "In the ghetto."
In the ghetto.
And Good Stuff says he would be a black lesbian, Jason, just to clarify.
Good man.
And Morb says we can all be black women with AI. That's right. That is the true power of AI. Erasing everyone and replacing them with black lesbians.
I'm getting way down into the channels I really haven't gone live in forever. I'm trying to find his channel. I feel bad.
Yeah.
No, I was watching Statistical Zero. He's got a good channel too, by the way.
Oh yeah, Stato's great, man.
Stato's got a great channel. And he's been getting into some Toth and stuff like that, really into the 40s and 50s stuff. He's been talking.
It's our heritage, man.
It is, and he I mean, he's got a point. Like, not too many people actually talk about, like, or are influenced by those guys, so to speak. I mean, yeah, I think everybody is, because that's where a lot of us, a lot of our comics stem from. But I think also a lot of people kind of look more towards the Byrne or the like the 80s, the 90s stuff.
Sure.
I think because even later, like, yeah, it's still like comic technical stuff, but they started to get a little more like artsy, like especially like
well, they started to push the medium more.
Exactly. So I think that's why more people are drawn to being influenced by later creators than they are like the old stuff they did, like Toth and all them. They did the comics and the illustrations to convey the point of it. They were more technical than they were.
Yeah,
like,
they were
an art medium. Yeah, they were more about the technical aspect of it, which people should study that if you want to really look into it, because they're geniuses when it comes to that. So yeah, he made a good point though. Stato's got. I mean, he's right, but like I said, I think a lot of it does stem to getting the art into the comics is what a lot of the later people kind of were like. We're pushing more towards that. So, just my opinion on that.
Yeah, no, that is accurate. Because the stuff that we were reading, like a lot of the stuff in the '90s that was pulling from Byrne and Simonson and those guys, and they would look back earlier as well, but they were trying to recreate the fun stuff that they read as kids, and they were trying to push it forward and like do the stuff that wasn't being done before. And that's what, the previous generation was doing as well. They were trying to recreate the fun that they had while they were reading comics. It's kind of like a cyclical thing. The younger generation comes up and they want to do, they want to recreate that fun feeling that they had reading comics for the new people that are reading comics. And so that's, that's how it builds upon itself, man. And I think that's part of the reason why we have such lackluster, milquetoast, boring ass artwork now. I mean, there's quite a few exceptions. I mean, off the top of my head, I can think of Ryan Stegman, Stuart Immonen, Nick Klein, like you were talking about.
Yeah, Klein's still.
But yeah, it's a lot of the stuff is just, it's kind of samesies. It's all kind of like looks exactly the same. And I mean, granted, a lot of the stuff in the '90s ended up looking the same because that extreme look that the all the cross hatching and all that stuff, that was what sold back then.
Right.
But, it had a lot more energy. Back then we also had, people like Sam Keith, doing their own thing. You had Bisley doing his thing. You had, Geffen.
Who I think those cats were heavily inspired by indie. Like
yes,
they were inspired
100%.
by like Will Eisner and Toth and like the classics, but I really think they were delved more into like the underground crumb type indie like aspect of comics and what they were, and they really brought part of that to, will that post from here? I don't know.
Yep, it did.
Okay, that's Roke's channel. Everybody go check it out. It's dope. So yeah.
Nice.
So they were really more into the underground scene, and that's why their books were like, when you see artists like that, they even Sienkiewicz, he kind of slowly integrated stuff in a way, like it wasn't.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he started out very much a, he very much started out like a kind of a clone of Neil Adams, and then kind of evolved into his own, his own thing. He started adding more of the artistic aspects, like surreal aspects, I guess I should say.
And even look at like Jay Lee when he came into the scene, like, you know what I mean?
What's up, Devil Flyer?
Hey, what's up, Rex? Like definitely not a traditional, just regular line guy. Like he was pushing some boundaries too. Even though it was like mainly pen and ink. But how was I just sort of, because I downloaded that CL app thing and I scanned 3 long boxes.
Oh yeah, CLZ. Yeah, how you like it so far?
I was thinking I had to like type in everything, and I'm glad I could scan the barcodes, and it's easier. And you can just like, you have to type in some things because it has the direct like Spider-Man face or something. You can't scan it.
Yeah, the direct market stuff doesn't have the barcodes.
But it's pretty easy. You just type in like Spider-Man 384 and it'll show all those covers. So and you can select which one you want. And then I don't put anything in after that. Like I very rarely will even put more than one quantity if I have more than one. I just add it, because I don't see a point in doing, oh, dude, I got 9 X-Force number 1s. But so like I'm not gonna put 9 in there. And I didn't go through and be like, oh, that's the Deadpool card, that's the Cable card. No, I just like.
Well, I mean, you can if you want to. You can get that granular, but yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, if you want to.
I can't remember what book I scanned, but I'm like, this looks like Jay Lee, because it looked regular, but you still saw some of his like razor edge type stuff that he was known for. I'm like, this looks like Jay Lee, and I look it up. I'm like, this is freaking Jay Lee. I didn't even know he drew this title. And Capullo, I forgot he even drew early X-Force issues. So, and they
man.
Look like they don't look like Capullo. You know what I mean? Like it's just you can see they were told him draw like Liefeld, and like that's what he was trying to do. So, but they ended up pushing out of the norm of what the industry wanted, and then you get books like Creech. Obviously he under McFarlane's tutelage, but still, and then you get Jay Lee's Namor, which is just disgusting, or his Wildcats. So and then also from his like other stuff like Inhumans or Hellshock, where it's just not that.
Hellshock's fucking great, man.
So good, dude. I really like it. Yeah.
What's up, K-pop? Welcome.
Hey, K-pop. So like I said,
Jay Lee's Namor is what I go to when I say that Jason Momoa looks more like Namor than he does Arthur Curry. Aquaman. I think that DC snapped him up just so Marvel couldn't do that. So.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. He also had the Marty Englund, the Aquaman with the hook hand. They did him.
Oh yeah, Peter David wrote that.
Yeah. I guess like a little bit Momoa there. He's a little more jacked in those issues. He's got he's got a beard and long hair, but that's about it. He's still blonde haired and blue eyed, and there's nothing blonde hair and blue eyed at all about Momoa. No, but he was definitely an odd choice, and you're right. He would have been a better Jay Lee Namor. I think Namor still needs to be swimmer athletic looking. Like.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was in that Black Panther movie. But
that wasn't number. No, I don't know. Nobody knows what that was. That
was generic underwater man, is what that was.
That was not even the right character. That was just that was his cousin.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, talk about cultural appropriation, like Jesus.
I don't even want to get into that garbage.
Nope, never saw it. Don't need to. But
who are you talking with? Oh, I was talking with Hojo. I had Hojo on Sunday, and we were talking, and like
nice,
slightly like it's looking like some people in the industry anyway are kind of realizing these things aren't working, because look what you got. You got Capullo coming back to Marvel. He's going to be doing Wolverine. That right there is awesome. The Incredible Hulk looks dope. At least when Klein's doing it. But you're having some decent dude. I picked up. Like I was liking who was on the Batman stuff. I picked up the last one. Like it wasn't the same artist, but they had like 3 different artists working on it. But it was kind of a meltdown type aspect where certain artists would draw certain parts of it and make it look darker and gritty, and then like the scenes in the police station was the other artist, so it was all clean and crisp and tight. I mean, it was a nice little bit. It was a fun little trick that they did. I'm like, I see what you did. That's kind of cool.
Visual differentiation between the different scenes. That's cool. Yeah, doing fun stuff in the comics. That's awesome.
I couldn't pronounce the last names of any of the artists, but they were still really, I liked what they were doing. It was interesting. It was a nice change.
It's cool.
So
I mean, comics are a visual medium. You got to do something visually interesting with the comics. You got to catch people's eyes. You got to keep them interested. Got to snatch them eyeballs out of the head and hold on to them for the whole book.
So that goes into then.
What's up, BA? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, what's going on, BA Turner? So that goes to show you if the industry is slowly learning. It's only maybe another 10 years till Hollywood catches up, because they're doing what Marvel did, the mistakes that they made, and like they're making those. So Marvel's
you'd think that they would try to maybe learn from the mistakes that the comics made, but whatever.
But it takes a lot longer to make a movie than it does to make a comic. So
right, oh, he froze again.
It's like I said. Then again, they can keep screwing things up. I don't know, but like I told Hojo, they just need to shelve it all. Just shelve it all. Stop.
Well, the mistake they made was jumping, way ahead into the future and going into the newer stuff instead of like delving into the, decades of back material that they had of good stories that they could have worked with and actually built things up slowly. But no, they had to just jump ahead to the fucking new dumb shit that nobody actually really likes and nobody asked for.
It'd be cool. Like they have like decades of stories they could pull from if they really wanted to. But if they really wanted new stories and new material, go to the people that worked on the comics and be like, hey, can you come up with a new story for our movie for the characters that'll fit in? You have a whole new...
That's why the first decade, the first 10 years of the Marvel Universe, the MCU, was better. The beginning of the Marvel Universe started out as, okay, we're going to have the comic book writers actually in on this. They're going to help develop this. And that's why they hewed so close to the comic books originally. And that's why it was so good. That's why the stories were so good. That's why the characters were so beloved.
But they were still close to the comic storylines, like in a way. Like I'm talking about like a whole new, just like Cap on a totally different adventure that you can't find in any other Captain America comic ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could do that. You could make a whole new thing on this established IP and make it faithful to what was before.
Right.
And if anything, and they also screwed up by not handing out free comics. I'm sorry. Just it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, they really did.
They really did.
Get some of the free comic book day stuff, some of the Avengers books or whatever that you did in the past, and start handing them out at Iron Man movies, at Thor movies, at Captain America movies.
It's the easiest thing that they could have ever done.
Huge missed opportunity. Somebody in their PR department just kind of had their head up their ass, in my opinion. They did not think. Like that was poor planning on their part. Poor planning.
And it's not like the early movies didn't suck; they were good. So you could have boosted sales and been like,
they could have tried to tie it into the comic books, but they didn't.
Wait a minute. When Iron Man first came out, was Riri Iron Man in the comics?
No, not at first.
Not at first.
They changed all of that. About midway through. So once people actually started paying attention to the MCU. They went into the comic shop to try to find Tony Stark, Iron Man, and Thor, which is the dude's fucking name, not a mantle, his name. And Bruce Banner, Hulk, and Steve Rogers, Captain America. They found Riri Williams, Jane Foster, Amadeus Cho, and Sam Wilson. Sam's a great character on his own as the Falcon. He did not need to be Captain America. He just didn't. Bucky didn't even need to be Captain America. They're both great characters on their own. But, I digress. It is what it is.
They need to do the werewolf Captain America in movies.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been cool to see that in the Werewolf by Night miniseries or the special or something like that. It would have been neat.
It would have been cool to see him bust out in the Black Widow movie.
Right? Right. I mean, and that's another missed opportunity. That Black Widow movie should have been out fucking, in the first 10 years while, people still cared.
Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Budapest.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's what you ask any fan.
Yep.
That's 100%. What they wanted.
Art of Royce says, I have a stack of those Byrne comics all autographed, including the Days of Future Past books, but they are just regular comics. That's cool. I mean,
Nice.
hold on to those, man. Those are great.
Yeah, I got Byrne because I was a kid. I didn't have those ones, so I had him sign my Next Men comics. So
Nice. I've
so
got
I
a
still
few
got
of those.
yeah.
I managed
Signed by
to
Byrne.
grab like I think the first trade. It was in the comic shop. First trade of Next Men. Just happened to be in there. I was able to grab it for like $5. So
Yeah, you can probably get all first like 10 issues for $5 now.
Arthur says, oh, interesting topic. Do you feel that the simplicity can still hold sway? Remember the paneling on Watchmen predated the 90s extravagance. Is storytelling king or extraordinary art king? I think you need to have a balance of both. You got to have good storytelling and good artwork to go along with it.
Well,
I think that's how you do comics.
Don't mistake simplicity for poor quality. You know what I mean? Like, something can be simplistically drawn and still be technically amazingly good. Like, it just conveys the story very well. When it comes to being technically clean and all that stuff, I can't do it. I admire it. So when I see people like the old school cats, like, like I say, Toth and Neisner, it's admirable. Like, I can't do that. And if you take even their stuff now and put it into a comic with a good story arc, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell.
Yeah.
It's gonna do well. Bruce Timm, clean, very nice. You put that with a story now, it's gonna sell. It'll be dope. So yeah, simplicity, and I know he didn't mean simplicity as in it's simple to do, whatever. But so don't mistake the two. It could be simple and have a good story arc. Now, if it's simple with trash story, it's not going to sell probably as well as maybe like a Jim Lee with a trash story. People will buy it because it's Jim Lee.
Right. The flashy artwork can make up for a poor story.
Exactly. But a clean, technical, just amazingly well-drawn comic, it will sell to people like us. But to like a regular Joe that has their 12-year-old kid coming into the shop to buy something, he's not gonna be like, oh, look, that looks like it's the Spirit. Oh, yeah. So
they don't know. They've got to.
Yeah.
They need to be introduced to. And kids got manga these days, and manga has some flashy artwork, and it's got compelling stories that they want to read.
Not only that, look at people like Kirby and stuff. When we were younger, I mean, I was like, I've told the story a million times. I was fortunate I collected Thor during Friends Run when he looked like Kirby anyway. So I like Kirby younger. But most people, they don't like Kirby. They don't like Ditko. They don't like those artists because it's not flashy. Like, it's just, it helped the story convey, the narrative. It just pushed it along. And you didn't understand what was groundbreaking about it until you grew up and understood what pushed the boundaries and why it was so amazing. This
is very true. Speaking of pushing boundaries, BA says Watchmen was damn spot on, too good for its time. I agree. It was different, and it broke the mold back then. The problem is that everybody that came after it had to try to ape it because it became such a gangbuster success, and I feel like that kind of tainted storytelling. Everybody felt like they had to, become the next Alan Moore. They had to try to hit those same notes, and I feel like it did comics a disservice in the long run.
Yeah, but if you notice,
what's up, Rex?
What's up, Rex? It's not the art style they were really trying to ape as much as the writing.
Exactly. Exactly.
That art. If that
Dave Gibbons is a fucking draftsman, man.
Dude, if that had been any other artist, it would not have been as good as it was. It just wouldn't.
This is true. Yeah, Morb says Iron Man came out in 2008. The woke shit began after Disney bought Marvel in 2009. Yeah, around 2010, 2011 is when all the Marvel Now and all that jazz started. Let's see. Kodiak says
the cover designs were.
Well, yeah, the overall style and designs and all that of the comics went down. Arthur says, is the Nirvana grunge rock simplicity going to sell? I mean, Nirvana sold like gangbusters, man. But I feel that's because Nirvana made what they wanted to make. They made the music they wanted to make. And you make something that means something to you. You make it with heart, and you'll find your audience. The problem with the shit that's being made these days is that there's no fucking heart in it. There's no soul in it. It's just it's a fucking blatant cash grab with these characters that we've grown up with for years and years and years. And the people that are writing this shit don't actually love comics. They didn't grow up with comics. They don't know comics. They don't know these characters. They don't give a fuck about these characters. They want to put that fucking, they want to put that on their CV. They want to say, hey, look, I worked at Marvel. Now hire me to write something for fucking Netflix or Amazon or some shit like that. And that's not going to make a good book. It never will. So I think that the Nirvana grunge rock simplicity thing, yeah, I think it can sell if there's heart in it.
With music, it's also a little genuine.
Yeah.
With music, it's a little different than it is with comic drawing paneling.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, too many copies. If you guys want to check out a really good like adult superhero story, go check out We Who Are About to Die: Strike Force Morituri. That's a kind of a traditionally done superhero comic that Marvel put out back around the same time that Watchmen came out, and it's serious. You know, it's well done, compelling story of people that, you know, get superpowers to fight off an alien invasion, but they have a limited amount of time. And taking this serum to become a superhero, they will fucking die at some point. Whether it's 3 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, they will die because of taking this serum. But during that time, they will defend their planet and they will fight off this alien invasion. Let's see. What's up, Stippling Vaughn? Good to see you, sir. Manga has a specific bubbly, dynamic style from book to book, a house style. That's true. That's true.
I mean, the bottom line is that
what's up, Will?
Making these comics just they have no love for it, and they can't even acknowledge the criticism. It's the fans' fault. That is true. Your fault for not buying it. It's your fault for not liking it.
Well, it's also I also blame the speculators market. Like, they stopped caring about what the content was, and they started worrying more about the variant covers. Yeah, and that's how you get shitty comics that have bad stories.
And they all started like renumbering shit. You know, like, oh, we're gonna do another number one. And
well, it's because number ones sell. They've conditioned people to buy the number ones over and over again. Will says Watchmen started a terrible trend in comics that persists to this day. The deconstructionist superhero story. Exactly. That's why I like Strike Force Morituri. It's not a deconstructionist. It's kind of like showing what superheroes should be. You know, if they're going to be, you know, in the real world, you know, they're made for a reason, to defend the planet, to defend humanity. You know? And it makes sense. Deconstructionist objectivists like Snyder directed the adaptation. Now, to be fair, I liked the adaptation. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was better than it could have been. But again, not everything needs to be Watchmen. You know, the reason why Watchmen was so successful is because it was different from everything at the time.
It was everything, a change of pace.
It was. Sure. So was Dark Knight Returns. You know, it was a dark, gritty story, and it was a change of pace. But that's, you know, you can't have that contrast if everything is the same shade of dark. You've got to have light. You've got to have dark. You've got to have the contrast. You know, you always say, what is the line? You know,
what is light without dark?
Yeah, well, what is dark without light? You got to have both to have the contrast. It's a fucking balance. Let's see. Alan Moore, true to his Anglo tradition, is a cultural termite. Well, why don't you come in here and say all this shit, man? Come hang out, dude.
He might be taking care of the baby.
That's true. He might be. J-Bot says, indie comics are the future. The big two need to reinvent themselves. I agree. Man. Well, the big two are going to learn a hard lesson.
Yeah, you know, I mean, a lot of people are really going crazy over this Ultimate Spider-Man book that's out that Hickman's doing. Mm-hmm. And, okay, it's one book and one guy that they could take off at any time and put some knucklehead on it like they did with his X-Men shit. So they need a house cleaning. They need to get some real talent in there. Then I might
They need to get people to care.
Yeah, because I don't trust, you know, I'm thinking about picking this book up, but I don't trust that it's going to be great for a long time. I don't trust in Marvel. I don't want to give them money. You know, you have to earn my trust back, and it's going to take a long time in more than one book. I want to see a good X-Men book. I want to see a good Daredevil, a good Fantastic Four. I want to see people who give a shit working on these things and creating great stuff and leaving out their personal politics.
It's going to take time to, you know, actually get people in there that want to. I mean, the other thing is that they need to actually pay their creatives well. You know, what's the point of, you know, blood, sweat, and tears going into something that you don't own if you're not getting well compensated for it? Like
I mean, they can't afford somebody like Chuck Dixon or Graham Nolan or
well, they don't want to either.
Yeah,
you know,
they don't want to, but they couldn't even if they did.
Yeah, and I agree, Arthur. Corporatized cash grab of the mass interest, exactly. Because Marvel and DC are these well-known properties now that have these multi-billion-dollar, you know, movie empires, as it were. You know, it's now something that is just recognizable rather than being something that people have aspired to. Growing up, you know, we all like, oh man, I'd love to work for Marvel. I'd love to work for DC. I'd love to work on this character or that character, and that's not the case anymore. You've got bandwagon jumpers that just want to put Marvel or DC, you know, on their resume, their CV, as it were.
Yeah, and it used to be the major leagues. I mean, you had to be, you kind of had to know somebody too, from what I understand, but you had to have the chops. And, you know, that was your end job. Like you weren't going anywhere.
You wanted to work in comics. Exactly. You didn't want to use it as a stepping stone to get somewhere else. And that's why a lot of these stories are just hollow. That's why a lot of these new characters are just hollow. You know, they complain about, not getting any recognition for the new characters. Well, that's because these new characters are hollow. There's nothing to them. Yeah. They're idiotic carbon copies of what's come before. They're not actually creating anything fucking new.
They're self-inserts of people who aren't that interesting.
Also that. Will says, but Dark Knight Returns is not deconstructionist. It's more of a Western. Yeah, sure. Dark for sure, but Batman's essence isn't diminished. It's because Frank Miller actually understands Batman, you know, and he was trying to tell a dark, you know, grown-up story with Batman.
There's a horse in it.
Let's see. There's a horse in it. Yes, there is a horse in it. Morb and Devil Flyer on the panel with us. Good stuff. Some person says Will saw what Alan Moore scripts looked like. True.
Like I said, am I frozen? Oh. Like I know Capullo's back. He's going to be doing Wolverine.
It's all Jimmy's fault.
All Jimmy's fault. Yep, I agree.
Well, and you guys were mentioning that why they take the current storylines, why they've abandoned all the great classic storylines, and it's because they can do these stupid bullshit storylines, and then say, well, it was in the comics. Because they used to, we used to say like that wasn't in the comic, that wasn't in the comic. So now they're making the comics, as some sort of to legitimize the stupid shows and movies that they're doing.
Well, yeah, DEI doesn't do anybody any favors. It's pandering, and it's gotten to a fevered pitch with the pandering, and everybody can tell, and everybody's getting sick of it. Look anywhere. And you can see that everybody's getting sick of the pandering. They want real stories. Because deep down, when you're watching something or you're reading something and it's not, genuine, if it's not real, you can feel it. Real stories have a resonance. They have a vibration that comes along with them. Pandering does not. When shit's fake, you can feel that it's fake.
Yep.
J-Bot says isn't Alex Ross's Fantastic Four book good? Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't found it. Haven't read it, but I have heard that it's good. But again, Alex Ross loves the characters, and that's actually not even published by Marvel. That's published by fucking Penguin Random House. That's not even a Marvel fucking comic book.
You're shitting.
That is a Penguin Random House hardcover book.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like that doesn't. I don't know. That's a weird situation, man. That should be published by Marvel. Like that's what the norm should be. Cool shit like that, not whatever dumb random shit that Marvel is publishing recently. What's up, Billy?
Anymore. This could stop.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
They can't even afford top-tier young artists out of school. Creatives today would rather get paid 6 figures in the gaming store industry. Yeah, that's also a kind of a shitty industry, hard on.
Yeah, that industry is also laying off like crazy because they're making garbage too, and people are sick of it.
Yep. Again, pandering doesn't work for anybody.
But I've heard the Transformers book is good and the G.I. Joe, but I think those are published by Kirkman's studio. I don't think it's ID. I think IDW lost the license.
They did. It's Skybound through Image. And look, listen, I don't agree with the way Kirkman kind of cut out Tony Moore of Walking Dead, but Kirkman's a big old comic nerd. You know, he loves this shit. You know, love him or hate him. You know, he loves comics and he knows how to tell a good story. So, I mean, he's doing right by these characters. So, you know, good on him. Arthur says, I'm late to watching the things like The Boys and Invincible. Never read the books either, but there's this feeling of Watchmen that I get. Am I the only one? Is that the deconstructionism? Yeah, that's part of it, man. The Boys, I read all of The Boys, the comic, and I really enjoyed it. But that's because Garth Ennis is a big old fucking comic nerd, and he understands the characters. He understands how to tell a compelling story while still being true to what superheroes are. Invincible, I actually haven't read. You know, I enjoyed the first season of the animated series. I don't know if I'll watch the second one, but yeah. So yes, that is the deconstruction that we're talking about.
And when we talk about the Watchmen, we're talking about the film, not the show. The show doesn't exist.
They did not. They never made a TV show based on Watchmen. That was a collective hallucination by everyone. Maybe, unless you're talking about that fan-made garbage that was on whatever channel it was. The pandering has made us jaded, so even when it's good, we will now belittle it. See, and that's the problem. You know, we should be able to find the good and enjoy it and praise it when it's good, but we have to cultivate what we know, what is good. What's up, Hex? Yeah. Good to see you, brother.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Good to see you, man.
Good, Hex.
Doing well, man.
Well,
doing well.
Mean, if there's good books, I definitely. You know, I try not to shit on them. You know, I appreciate a good book.
Right.
I'm just not finding.
They're few and far between these days.
Yeah.
Oh, but check out Devil Flyer on film. Oh,
go ahead.
Thought it was closing.
Jeez, no.
I was trying to be ahead for once.
Like I really like Wraith of God.
You're jumping too far ahead there, Rex.
That's not
too far ahead. Yeah, again, Aaron Lepresti, you watch any of his streams, you'll see that he loves comics, man. He's a collector. Yeah. He's been reading them for decades. He understands, you know, when you read comics for a long time, you kind of understand intrinsically what makes a good comic because you've read so many of them. You read shitty comics, you've read good comics. And, you know, yeah, exactly. You kind of understand intrinsically what makes a good comic. So when you go to make a comic book, especially if you're any kind of creative like Lepresti is, you know, it translates to the page. It translates to the script. You know, you feel it.
Money where his mouth is too, man. He
yes.
Near mint, you know, geez, man, he spends a lot of money on his collection.
But if there is
because he loves it.
If there is a good mainstream comic, definitely let us know. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Billy, you are absolutely correct. Entry level in video games pays at least 50 to 60K. Comics can't compete. Yeah, of course not. You know, that's why a lot of our big name, you know, talents went to, you know, doing video games and movies and storyboards. I mean, look at Trent Kanuga. Trent went from doing comics to video games, and you know he's got his own studio. Look at Joe Madureira. You know, he's got his own fucking video game studio now, and he's got a successful line of fucking, you know, the Darksiders series. And, you know, translated Battle Chasers into a fucking turn-based RPG. So, yeah, no, you're absolutely correct, man. But they still need to pay people better for doing the work. Will says, Watchmen is the product of a revolutionary intention by a revolutionary writer whose culture is in perpetual rebellion against logos. Why I'm not a fan of the Anglosphere and the putridity it's unleashed upon the world. Okay. Yeah.
You're deep.
That's our boy Will. He understands things from a very deep writer perspective of all of this. Let's see. Tokame says, but it's a needle in a sewage haystack to find a good book. Even if you find one, it's covered in shit and makes you not want to read it. Unfortunately, that does seem to be the case.
I don't really want to go through the effort of going through a comic. If I go to a comic book store, I'm just going to look for back issues. If I'm going to put effort and spend time, I'm just going to look at back issues. I'm not going to thumb through the new releases.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Hex?
Itches my eye, Will.
I said I'm shallow as fuck.
Okay.
All right, there's a deep end to things. You just have to find it.
Yep. Art of Roy says, I still have a hate on for the comic shop owner that talked me into buying the entire Watchmen comics. Hated the books, kind of like the art. Dave Gibbons is a fucking draftsman. He's fantastic at what he does. You know, I liked Watchmen when I first read it because it was different from everything else. As I got older, it became when there's a lot of copies of the same thing, it kind of loses the luster. Right. And you know, so I mean, I don't enjoy Watchmen as much as I used to. Let's just put it that way. Oh. You know, I still enjoy Dark Knight Returns, just because, like Will said, the essence of Batman still holds true. But you know, the moral ambiguity of Watchmen is what kind of got pushed into everything about comics, and I think that did comics a disservice. Congratulations, J-Bot. He says he wrapped up the final page of Berserker Ashcan today.
Nice.
Right on, brother. Congratulations. J-Bot says Petrolhead is good, A King's Vengeance is looking good, but they only have one issue so far. Cool. I'll have to check those out. Adam Lawson's been doing a bunch of... He goes to the comic shop regularly, and he seems to find some pretty good stuff. Bloodrick, he said, is really good. There's a bunch of other stuff. If you guys haven't been following Adam Lawson, Gifted Rebels on Twitter, he's been putting up little videos about the books that he's been reading. And Adam's another true blue comic nerd. He absolutely loves this shit. He's been writing some great stuff. He's got Jawbone Death out currently, which Feline has wonderfly put the link for in the chat. Absolutely love that
today,
book.
His artist.
Yeah, Krager. Krager's a beast, man.
Earlier, he was showing a lot of his noir stuff. We had a good
excellent
stuff. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
I miss the Plagos. We don't get the Plagos on here all that often anymore. Mm-hmm. He popped up in the Happy Hour Hangout chat for a little bit. It was good to see him there. What's up, Billy? Welcome.
I'm surprised he was woke up.
Let's see. Seth says grit can only be done by someone that understands it. But if you make a character gritty to be gritty, then it's all filth. I agree. What'd you say, Billy? Sorry, man.
No. I interrupted you. I was just like I was gonna come on the show anyway, and I just started commenting in chat, and I'm just like I should just get on the panel.
Absolutely.
Did you think hockey was in here? I don't know.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I ate about a half hour before the show, and I got a little bit tired, but I didn't want to fall asleep, so I just took a little rest on the couch.
Little siesta.
I didn't close my eyes. I was actually watching original Vampire Hunter D while I was eating my pizza.
After hard day's work, right?
Yes. Been working since 8 this morning, and gonna work a little more right now.
Will says the most honest character is the comedian. He's the Camus laughing at the absurdity of a world without any justification for anything. It's all a joke and meaningless. In Alan Moore's head, anyhow. Yeah.
I will say that it's probably Zack Snyder's best movie.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you give Zack Snyder a comic book to use from storyboards, you'll get a decent film. You let him write things, it's going to look like shit. It'll look fine, but it'll have an absolutely clusterfuck of a story. Look at Sucker Punch.
Well, I mean that, and it's like you give him something that's already like fucking super dark and depressing that he doesn't have to make into dark and depressing, and it ends up like working to his favor.
I really liked his Dawn of the Dead remake. I didn't think I would.
I did not.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. It's fast zombies. I don't believe in fast zombies. I think I think it's bullshit.
The World War Z zombie.
Yeah, that kind of shit. Zack Snyder's remake of Dawn of the Dead started that nonsense.
The piling on zombies where they can like make like.
Well, they were just super fast. You know, it's like no, they're shambling corpses.
The ones from World War Z were hilarious. How they could like pile up on each other like they were Lego blocks and shit, like to and make structures,
and then create like a big old arm or whatever. Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of like the Mummy or Sandman, you know.
Yeah, and that's not zombies. You know, like the Mummy is supernatural, so that makes sense. Zombies are, you know, they're a virus that animates the corpse.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. J-Bot says, to be honest, if you want to create comics, you should visit your local LCS and see what's out there. Image, AP, and Scout are putting out some cool stuff. Yeah, man. I agree. You need to see what's out there. It all depends on your shop, though. If your shop just keeps ordering the same dumb shit over and over again, that's why I recommend looking through previews. That's why I also recommend trying to keep abreast of what your favorite creators are putting out there, because yes, that's what I said. But yeah, I agree, J-Bot. I agree.
Get Conan.
Yep. Will says, I have humans to put to bed. Understandable, man. You know, just know that it would be cool. You're always welcome to come hang out, and it would be cool to have you on here, man.
Yeah.
Get the itis. Don't go swimming in the deep end, Billy, says Tokame.
Pick up Conan, pick up the Incredible Hulk, pick up...
That's a low bar for Zach. That's funny.
Like I said, the Batman stuff's pretty decent.
Actually, I think the Savage Sword of Conan comes out tomorrow.
Conan the Barbarian.
No, but they're doing Savage Sword.
Yeah, they're redoing Savage. I want to pick that up, too.
I think it comes out tomorrow.
I'll have to have my shop pull it for me.
Jason's pull list.
Yeah.
Will says, of course, Zach's World is... Okay, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I was just reading Will's comment here.
Yeah.
Zach's World is depressing. He literally has selfishness and absolute self-interest as a religion. He worships that troll woman, Anne Rand. Okay? But Snyder's zombies were fresh kills. Even the ones that weren't fresh kills were running around like hyperactive, ADHD patients on, an inordinate amount of sugar. I don't know. Dude with the handlebar mustache and Dawn was a boss. Sure. The Richard Cheese song, the Richard Cheese cover of Down with the Sickness, I thought was pretty funny. The lounge version of Get Up, Come On, Get Down with the Sickness. Yeah, that I thought was probably the best part of that flick. Yeah.
Paper fell.
Man, look at Hex busting out the watercolors. Look at you go, man. That's fucking badass.
Waxing.
Oh yeah, can you tell what this is?
Yeah, it's Goblin Girl.
Oh yeah,
that is the Goblin Girl.
Somebody mentioned Dan Plagle earlier.
That's
Goblin Girl downsized as far as breast.
Yeah. This is my interpretation.
Now the sword.
That's super pretty. I love the horns on her, man. That's fresh.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's my interpretation. She's not boob girl. It's Goblin Girl. So this is just my interpretation of it.
No,
I love the body posture, dude. That's awesome.
Better get the nose right, or Billy will get mad at you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you'll get jealous.
Yeah, that's looking fresh, man. I like that. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
Let's see, what you working on, Jason?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. You just
doodling.
Nice. Looks like a cybernetic arm over there.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, Oh, hang on, Rex. Okay, go ahead. Oh, dude, your camera does not do you any justice. You got to hold it up there for a second so it clears.
I know. It's I'm trying to get.
Okay, hold. There we go. Now we can see the line work. Very cool, man.
All right.
Yeah, your camera is like, nope. Any kind of movement, I'm not gonna clarify at all.
It's made a cam. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't track.
Will says, "Is it just me, or did Zach make an entire movie about grape?" Maybe. I don't know. I don't really watch a whole lot of his movies.
Yeah.
I think the ones that come to mind.
Oh, you talking about fucking Sucker Punch?
Oh, that one.
I never saw it.
That movie was fucking stupid.
I never saw it either.
Yes, okay. All right.
I never saw it.
It was unnecessary, you know.
Well, okay, if you're gonna do a story, like, pick one storyline or two storylines to have interweave. If you're gonna do the whole fantasy thing, do the fantasy thing and have her be in a mental asylum. Don't try to weave in, oh, she's also in a fucking brothel or some dumb shit like that. That was a useless aspect of the story.
Is that based on a comic?
No.
No,
That was one of his
it's based
original
on,
ones.
No, it's based on
and that's why it was stupid.
his pederast inclinations,
Yeah.
perhaps. That's just me saying that.
Yeah.
There wasn't somebody else saying that?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his writing. I mean, there's a reason why the Justice League movies and all that were terrible as well.
I love 300.
He had a hand in writing them.
300 was good, but again, that was based on a graphic novel.
That was based on Frank Miller's writing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he used the comic book as storyboards, so that's why the shots were composed really well.
Yep.
Again, and Watchmen,
only book. I mean, the only movie I like of his. Really.
Translating somebody else's stuff into a movie, yeah. But yeah. Tokamei says, I hate Ayn Rand. Horrible writer. Far too many people masturbate to her shit. Her plots are tripe and only benefit the opportunistic. It's a waste. Give me Gibson, Stevens, or Sean Kennedy.
Oh, yes.
I've actually never read any Ayn Rand.
Neil Stevenson?
I don't think I have either.
I actually read Snow Crash. I just finished that the other day. And it was an okay book. I mean, I realized that it was supposed to be kind of a tongue-in-cheek representation of cyberpunk, which it was. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there was some goofy shit in that, and I guess that was kind of the point.
Yeah, a guy riding around with a freaking nuke on his motorcycle. Yeah,
the little over the top. Yeah,
sounds like British comics.
Yeah, it's like a 2000 AD sort of.
No, 2000 AD type. Yeah, no, I can see what you mean there. I want to read some of his other stuff to get more. Cryptonomicon, I've heard, is a good one as well.
Yeah, I have that, but I haven't finished. I've been trying to read it for decades.
I have the audio book. That's the only way I can get my novels in is an audio book these days.
Yeah, I love audio books.
What I've been listening to recently is Graham Hancock's Magicians of the Gods, which is. It's been really fucking interesting, and he makes compelling arguments. Doesn't tell you what to think. He just presents you with the information that he's found, and leaves you to make your own thoughts on them, which I like. That's what stuff should be. You present people with information, and you let them make up their own mind. You don't tell people how to think. You give them things to think about.
That's old world. That's old world thing. Get on with the globalist agenda, Luke.
Fuck the globalist agenda. Globalism can eat shit and fucking die.
Oh, don't tell me what to think. What if I love globalism?
Well, that's fine. You're allowed to be wrong.
You're saying don't tell people what to think.
I'm not telling people what to think. I'm telling you what I think right now.
Yeah. Well, you're saying don't tell people what to think.
I know. I'm not telling people what to think. I am literally expressing my opinion. Globalism can eat shit and fucking die.
Not allowed.
I like globes.
Cool. I appreciate that, Seth. Thank you.
Communism. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Empirical evidence shows
You're empirical evidence.
Yes, I am. Don't forget it. Some person says, if you read the Quicksilver series, you'll need a dictionary for the first book. You'll begin to understand old-timey writing by the second book. Cool. Not familiar with the Quicksilver series, but I'll look into it. You know, there's a lot of great stuff that has come before, and I feel like a lot of it gets ignored these days. You know, that it doesn't. Everybody is picking up stuff from, like, I don't know, tropey TV shows and stuff that nobody. It feels like a lot of the new writers don't read anymore.
Oh my god, yeah, exactly.
No,
what I hear a lot about is people. You know, what I hear a lot about is people like basing their books or their comics on D&D style writing, like leveling up and shit like that.
Yeah,
but for me, it's my sort of plotting style is like it's a chess game. Rather than if it's any kind of game, not gonna be D&D. It's a chess. My plotting is more of a chess game than Dungeon Masters.
Well, anime shonen is really a lot of it is based off of like leveling up. I mean, the classic meme of Dragon Ball Z of like his power level's over 9,000.
Yes,
it's over 9,000.
Yeah,
that's why I don't like it.
Yeah, and I mean, but that also comes from Japanese culture of constantly, you know, working out to get better, to get more fit, to up your fighting level. You know, that the whole like fighting for honor thing. That's part of their culture. You know what I mean?
Am I screwed?
Yeah.
Am I screwed?
I like shonen. Not all of it. But there's a lot of it I do.
I mean, it's captured the imagination of a lot of young ones these days.
Oh yeah,
you know. And I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of you know, great stories being written. You know, compelling stories, things that are getting people excited about reading. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
I mean, it's doing something right.
I think there's a fair amount of that in Western comics. We just don't call it shonen, and it's just like, I mean, you look at like Hulk's power level from when he came out to like Hulk's power level now, and it's like, yeah, there's been a bit of power creep like happening there. Like even like Wolverine.
Well, I mean, look at Wolverine.
He started off like at a certain point, and then he became like unkillable, and then they had to like depower him so that he could power up more and stuff like that. So it's like
I think with Wonder Woman, it was the same thing. I think they read.
Well, all of them: Superman, Wolverine, Hulk, Deadpool.
You know, anime's not doing anything different than it's always been doing. It's just that now it's really one of the only options to get good storytelling and good art that isn't trying to shove something down your throat. You know, Western
unless you're reading Dick Fight Island.
Yeah.
They're going for a specific audience with that one.
But I mean, and the thing is, Western comics, I think, inspired the Japanese, and now they're doing it better than we are. And these Western companies don't seem to really care. You know,
because they're focused on, you know, let's make this into a streaming show. Let's make this into a movie or something like that. They don't care about the actual source material. Will says, globalism is wonderful. Coom pods for all. Ugh. No, I will not live in the pod. I will not eat the bugs. I will own whatever stuff I choose to, and I will still be happy. And globalism.
I'm an expansionist. I still believe in manifest destiny.
I thought you were colonialist. Colonial.
Some person says the Quicksilver series is definitely worth reading. It's pretty funny. Cool. I'll have to check that out.
Remember the first episode of Futurama where like he found the suicide boats?
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Can't do that anymore.
Well, you know, humor and comedy has been outlawed.
Unless you have a disclaimer in front of it.
Did you hear what happened to Chrissy
Thanks you for the disclaimer, because I'm a fucking idiot.
No. Well, they've got to protect you from yourself, Hex. You're not allowed to think for yourself. The corporate overlords have got to think for you so that you know, you can be protected.
I mean, that's a good anime right there, Overlord.
That's what I've heard.
Oh, yeah.
Arthur Brown says, driving an Uber 50 hours a week, the only way I can get anything in is audiobook. Although, as you can imagine, with me driving the 904, can't listen to any Stephen King. Man loves the N-word. Yeah, he do.
What, nerd?
Still?
Yes, that.
Oh, dude,
Is that the right word?
Yes, that's the right word.
Overlord is such a weird mix of, if anybody's familiar with the D&D Ravenloft series of like, how they started doing stuff around, like doing novels around villains and stuff like that. It's a mix between like doing a villain show, but at the same time mixing it with like the classic Japanese harem fantasy. Because it's about a guy that gets trapped in a world and there's all these hot chicks that like want to fucking bone down with him, but at the same time he's like an undead evil fucking lich, and it's kind of funny that they like
Jesus,
they literally smash those two like genres together. It's fucking hilarious.
That's just ridiculous. And Will says, Billy, self-delete booths or Minecraft booths? Terms of service. Yeah, YouTube is funny like that, aren't they?
No, but Chris.
Yeah, I mean we're still live, so we're all right for right now.
Right, she did a comedy show, and somebody pepper sprayed her or threw a smoke bomb after the show, and she's 8 months pregnant.
Oh my god!
Like this is what people are doing now.
Wait, who did that? Who?
They haven't gotten the guy, but Chrissy Mayer did a show in New Jersey, and basically was doing the meet and greet that happens at a lot of comedy shows. And it was either she tweeted it was pepper spray, but I'm hearing it might have been a smoke bomb or something. But basically, just doused a whole group of people and ran off.
Coward.
I still haven't. So
What a cowardly thing to do. Oh no, a comedian said something you don't like. Better go do something horrible to them. Especially a woman that's what did you say? 8 months pregnant?
8 months pregnant. Yeah.
Somebody called Don Rickles.
Fucking
clearly a Biden voter.
Fucking cowardly piece of shit. Whoever he is. Whoever they are,
it's a comedian, and she's not even that edgy, to be honest with you, compared to some other comics out there.
I guess I just don't understand. Like, how did we get to the point where people can't stand hearing opposing opinions without losing their goddamn mind? Like, grow the fuck up, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, okay, studies show that hearing an opposing opinion won't do you any fucking harm. Yeah. Will says, Mary Sue is the dominant story model these days. Underestimated, superpowered woman who's amazing in all dimensions, has to spend the plot making the men of the story understand that. Yeah, that does seem to be the overarching thing these days. Like, every story has to have that. And Mary Sue's, Mary Stu's, nobody likes that shit. There's got to be a character arc.
I've never heard that
True
before.
Detective, Night Country.
You never heard that?
No.
Oh yeah, Mary Stu's the male version of the Mary Sue. Like these characters have to go through things. They've got to learn things. If you're gonna have an overpowered character at the beginning, like that's super badass, you've got to have them get knocked down at some point during the story so they have something to overcome. Otherwise, there is literally no arc whatsoever.
Or have it be like parody, like because One Punch Man, there's one where like he's a full-on Mary Stu, but it's like done in like tongue in cheek and stuff. Because like when they ask him, like, "How did you become so powerful?" and he's like, "I do 10 push-ups a day, and I
100.
I know." And he's like, "And 100 sit-ups." And I run 3 miles, and they're like, and he like says it all like serious, like with the with like the shadow going on like both sides where it like is lighting up his eyes, and like he's and everyone around him is like, wait, what the fuck? Like that's how you became like powerful? She's like, yeah, man.
Yeah, it's inspired a lot of people to actually do that.
I do basic.
Well, you have to have a character with strengths and weaknesses, and I think that's why Peter Parker is so relatable, because he has money problems. He has to take care of his elderly aunt. He's got job problems. He's got things like that. Girl, he's relatable.
Well, that's part of the reason why we liked Peter Parker, is because he was a regular Joe that was trying to balance his real life with doing what he felt responsible to do. He had that great power, and so he was taking the responsibility to use it for good. To, you know, fight for the innocent, fight for those that can't fight for themselves.
Yeah.
So
you know, and that's
is with great power comes great responsibility.
Kick Rex.
Thank you, Rex.
Yeah, you guys want to know really why I liked Spider-Man so much more than anything? It's
Why?
because he was basically like a ninja because he could like walk on walls and shit. Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
You're
not wrong.
And I was really into
And in
grappling
the
hooks and shit like that. So it's just like, oh, he's like got
In
like,
the 70s, he could throw a rope webbing to swing on.
Like a ninja.
From how he got the ropes.
I mean, to be fair, he also had the spider
yeah.
buggy where he could drive across walls, in the 70s. So, you know, I'm not saying that there wasn't some goofy shit, but I mean, it was fun back then, you know?
Yeah, right.
It was allowed to be tongue-in-cheek. Now everything's just got to be so damn serious. Will says, because they're Marxists, whether they know it or not, the only way to move forward is through dialectic. Even if they agreed with you yesterday, they'll disagree today because conflict itself is the vehicle by which history moves forward. Even new Marxists deconstruct the old ones.
Comicsgate.
Jesus.
That's true.
Constant conflict.
Well, I mean, you know, got to do something for super chats, right?
Yeah.
Why you can never have a real debate with one of them? They're always engaged in the dialectic. You know why? Yeah, can't just have an actual discussion. And I feel like it's because sometimes these people don't actually know what they believe. They don't know themselves, so they don't actually know what they believe. They just go with what is party lines. Yes, they also just go with whatever is popular in the stream, you know, as it were, the mainstream, or you know what is being bandied about by their peer group.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people that have absolutely no fucking clue who they are inside anymore. And I think that's part of the reason of these writers, or part of the problem that these writers have. You know, they don't actually know themselves, so they can't. Well, we just lost Jason.
They can't really articulate.
Well, they can't write anything with any kind of substance because they don't have any substance.
Exactly. Yep.
Man, I got some
precisely.
Substance
Everything
right
is in
here.
flux.
You need some substance, man. I get. Oh, how much?
Not the substance I was talking about, Hex, but you know, you go ahead and enjoy that substance all you want, there, buddy.
Bro.
Dave's not here, man.
Let's see. There's also this broken idea of what they think something is based entirely upon 4,000 likes on Reddit. Oh, God, don't even get me started on Reddit.
I hate Reddit.
You know, Reddit used to be a place where you could get, information.
on a particular
and now
it's topic or hobby. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool when it first came out.
Yeah, when it first came out, now it's a fucking cesspool of dumb shit. Jason left a message in the back. It says, going to restart my computer to see if it fixes the skipping. Okay. Let's see. It's more like what's the new weapon of cultural demolition and how effective it is. Yeah.
Jason skipping along like a little sissy.
What about the cheese makers? I mean...
Cheese makers?
Cheese makers?
I mean...
Cheese graters?
Hey, you know, cheese making is an old school noble profession, man.
The cheese stands alone.
It's an
art.
Right?
Stands alone.
It is an art.
I love cheese.
Reddit atheism is really amusing, though. Hey, you know, I can't say that I'm familiar with that subreddit, but you know, there's all kinds of stuff on there. Classic fish and chips. Yeah, fish and chips. Man, I ain't had it. The last time I had some good fish and chips was when I was with Feline. We went to North Carolina to go to a mead festival, and we stopped by this place. Feline, what was the place that we went to? Damn, I can't remember. The Green Man or something like that. They had like this curry powder in like the batter. Oh my God, so damn good. It was so tasty.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it was fucking delicious. Good stuff says, I find some Reddit threads useful when diagnosing problems with my car. See, technical stuff like that, sometimes you can still find good information. Sometimes I can still find good information as far as like computer stuff goes.
Yeah, if you're looking for something, but if the stuff that just pops up in my in my phone, I'm like, leave me alone.
Oh, there's a Reddit. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's who's this chick? I think /r. Where like if you're trying to find if you find I don't know, hypothetically say you were on the internet and you saw a big titty chick that you're like, damn, I want to find out what the name of this chick is. You can post it on there and they find it for you really quick. I mean, I've heard.
Thanks for the information, Billy. I'll check that out.
I mean, they're on the case. They're like, oh yeah, that's so and so.
I'm glad someone is.
Yeah. Okay. Not familiar with that subreddit either. Says I don't have Reddit. I just Google problems in it. Yeah, exactly. Spent too much creative time on the R Christian sub. Not familiar with that one either. The 4 food groups: pork, beef, chicken, and cheese. Okay.
The other white meat.
Okay, since you tortured me with food on Feline's chat, it's my turn. Check your DMs. Okay. Let's see.
Morph's got the sniffles.
Nice.
A little.
Yeah.
9 Irish Brothers, Lafayette. Very cool, dude. Yeah. Gotta love some good fish and chips, man.
We've got 20 of them here. But I mean, I live right next to the water, so.
I want to say publicly thank you, everyone, for getting Devil Flyer up to 2,500 so that we can unlock the.
All right.
So we can unlock the first stretch goal, which is the Devil Flyer trading card. Everybody will be getting.
Cool.
Hell yeah, dude.
Congrats.
Congratulations, sir. Arthur Brown says, I know people don't like the movie because it was made by the very people that it was the fuck about, but Hunger Games description of the Capitol exactly what we watch Hollywood doing. Am I wrong? Yeah, I think that's fairly accurate. Yep.
I didn't hate the Hunger Games. I never, read the books or anything. So.
I never read the books.
I saw the movies with some friends.
Good Stuff says that stream was so bad. He was so the food stream actually. Yeah, you guys, if you want to make yourselves really hungry, you should go check out the food stream we did the other day on Feline's channel. Oh my god, it was so much fun. But yeah, it was making everybody hungry.
What was the spoof movie that they did of Hunger Games where the chick's name was Can't Miss Evergreen?
Oh, I don't remember. It sounds like some scary movie type shit.
Dude,
I wasn't even aware they did. People did Hero movie.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, that shit was her name was Can't Miss Everdeen or whatever.
They did one of 300, I think.
Yeah.
The Spartans. Here Come the Spartans or something like that. Yeah. Let's see. All right, so
there are so many movies that they could spoof right now if they had the stones. I mean, there's.
Oh yeah, wasn't all food. No, that's true. It wasn't all food, but it was a pretty tasty fucking stream. And here's the link to that specific stream. If you guys want to go check it out, that was such a fun show.
Everything is food.
You are most welcome.
Everything is food.
More though, is the stuff that's worth? I mean, is the stuff really worth spoofing?
Yeah, I mean, everything kind of is spoofing itself.
Yeah.
It's because everything's a fucking joke now.
How can you spoof Madam Web? It's incoherent.
Okay,
right.
Spoofs usually work when it's a good movie that people liked, and then you spoof it, and then make it funny. Like Hot Shots.
Right?
Yeah.
Like because of the style of movie at the time was popular. That over the top action. And you tongue in cheek make fun of it.
Loaded.
It was what. Yeah.
Loaded weapon.
Yeah, like the Naked Gun.
Naked Gun, 33 and a third. You know, the final insult.
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yes, that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That stream was a hell of a lot of fun.
It was delicious.
It was a delicious stream. I mean, seriously, go watch that stream and tell me that stream wasn't delicious. Damn.
Julia Childs here.
I think Julia Childs would have liked that stream, actually.
Probably.
We need more Naked Gun. Well, we need people that actually understand comedy. We need people that actually understand how to do parody with any kind of, alacrity, any kind of efficiency.
I've seen, like, Leslie Nielsen was so perfect for those roles because he just played it straight, and he was so good at just playing it straight. And some people are in a spoof movie and they know they're in a spoof movie, and you can tell that they know they're in a spoof movie, and it doesn't work because of that. But with the casting they have for like Naked Gun, they played it straight.
Carmen Electra getting stabbed in the boob and her implant coming out in Scary Movie was pretty rad.
The first two Scary Movies were great. Everything after that was such dumb shit.
Yeah.
Carmen Electra.
Dude, the Wayans brothers,
probably the best one.
Yeah. Grab my strong hand. Yeah. Poor Jason's not here to do his little strong hand bit, so I had to make up for it. But yeah, the Wayans brothers, man, they understood comedy, they understood parody, they understood spoof, and the jackasses that took over, Scary Movie after that, they didn't. They were just doing stupid over-the-top shit for the sake of doing stupid over-the-top shit, and they didn't really understand what made those first two movies fucking funny. They were just doing the popular shit.
Or even like How to Drink Your Juice in the Hood, that was like the last good.
Yeah, Don't Be a Menace.
Don't be a menace to South Central.
While you're drinking in your juice.
In the hood. Yeah, man. Exactly. They like fucking anymore. Understood. No, and you can't because people are entirely too sensitive. I guarantee you, if you find that movie on any kind of streaming service, it's going to have some kind of fucking warning ahead of it. It's going to have some kind of trigger warning.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, why the fuck do we need trigger warnings? Message. That's like, grow the fuck up.
Message.
Right. Oh, shit. I haven't seen that movie in fucking forever. Okay. Let's see. Funnier part. Have you ever seen Leslie Nielsen play a serious role? Fucking creepy. Yeah. That's true. Leslie Nielsen was a serious actor before Naked Gun and Airplane.
I remember him in Creep Show. One of the vignettes.
Yeah.
Had him.
Yeah.
Forbidden Planet. Way back in the day.
Yes, there you go.
Yep. Will says, ironically, Scary Movie was handed over to the same creative team that made Naked Gun. Well, they lost their touch with those last movies, those Scary Movie sequels, like 3 and 4. Like those were not fucking funny. They were not funny. David Zucker says, Will. Go figure.
Funny.
Not funny. Hunger Games was basically a Stephen King 101 for the new gen before Stranger Things became a thing. The books even allude to people in the Capitol not knowing what gender they are. Well, yeah. I'm going to get you, sucker. Yeah, that's another good one.
How much for one reel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How much is a Sprite? Man, just pour some in my hand right here.
Get water in my hand.
Right? I don't need a cup.
Arthur, going back to like Hunger Games, a lot. I feel like a lot of the reason why we have so much Mary suing now in stories is because of the young adult novels that these writers grew up on. They really portrayed a lot of the whole Mary Sue thing, and these writers grew up thinking that was good literature, that was quality literature. They didn't read anything else. They didn't read anything good to counterbalance that. So that, of course, is what they write. And people always use the excuse of, oh, it's made for kids. It doesn't have to be good. Fucking bullshit. If it's made for kids, it should be good. Because this is what they're consuming and they're growing up with. If they're not consuming good quality reading material, then they're going to grow up thinking that this is quality reading material when it's not. You know, kids should grow up reading the classics. They should grow up with good quality entertainment. Just because it's for kids doesn't mean you can slack off on the quality of it. That's bullshit.
The Hobbit was written for kids.
Like Animorphs.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is that
I've never read
YA
Animorphs.
writing is just it's gotten into, again, comics, movies, games. I mean, there was a game I played called Guild Wars 2. They put out an expansion. It was the worst written shit I've ever seen in my life. I quit the game at that point because if that's the quality they're going to give me, they don't deserve any more.
Which expansion did you not like?
It was End of Dragons. Fucking terrible. Nothing but, you know, again, gender bullshit. And put it this way, the end of the story, you are setting up, you're not killing a dragon or anything like that. You're setting up a lesbian wedding. That's the end of the story.
Wow.
For the expansion. So it's like, and this is a fantasy game. It's like,
sorry, I missed that.
Shouldn't that be an expansion for The Sims, not a fucking fantasy game?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Will says, fuck the cup, pour it in my hand for a dime.
God, I have not seen that movie in so long. That came out like 87.
Yeah. Then Chris Rock pulls out a knot and asks for change for 100. Yeah.
Yep.
Change for 100?
Well, Steven Universe brought in the whole Cal Arts, like it popularized that goddamn Cal Arts bullshit animation style. It looks like shit. It's animated like ass, and it's just basic fucking boring shapes. Like, you remember when cartoons actually looked cool? That shit looks like dumb fucking shit. Yeah.
Johnny Quiz.
I mean, even stuff that I wasn't like into in the '90s, like Cow and Chicken. My daughter's been like watching a Boomerang or whatever, that, you know, some other Cartoon Network old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and she's like,
it had character, man.
Like Cow and Chicken, and like the way the characters are drawn is like extreme, and what is that? Ed, and Eddie. You know, that was some weird shit too.
I like Rocko's Modern Life.
Rocko's Modern Life. I mean, Invader Zim. Like, you know, they had out there kind of extreme styles, but they had character. You know, they had substance. All this new stuff is just it's like shallow fluff.
Bulging eyes and just like you know, like little Johnny short. Bravo. Everyone's like the same size. You know, like short little characters with bulging eyes.
Yep. And kids deserve good quality entertainment, Arthur. I agree, man.
What is it? Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yep.
Cowardly Dog, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Some person says Cow and Chicken, Buffalo Gals, funniest episode.
Well, like, look at all the stuff we grew up on that still stands the test of time. You know,
that they keep going back to the well for, and you know, rehashing and abusing and fucking
like
up.
Like Scooby-Doo.
Uh-huh.
Boy, they really
what the fuck was that dumb HBO shit that what's her name had to fucking ruin?
Velma.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Uh-huh.
But the Hex Girls, yeah.
Dude, what was it? The Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island? That was some quality animation on that. I remember that was like one of the last things I remember seeing on Cartoon Network. Like that was quality animation.
I don't remember which Scooby-Doo movie it was, but the one that had the Hex Girls in it basically had big titted goth girls, and that was pretty awesome.
We know exactly what kept Billy's interest.
I like the Scooby-Doo, and they had the Harlem Globetrotters on.
Mm-hmm. Remember when the Harlem Globetrotters crash landed on Gilligan's Island?
Yeah. Get that one Globetrotter guy that could pull anything out of his afro. So it's like, oh, we need 11 surfboards.
Yeah.
Like, surfboards, no problem.
When I was in elementary school, one of the Harlem Globetrotters came to our school, came to our elementary school. I remember like the first thing, like all the kids like asked him, like when, like after he was done with his thing, he was like, "Which one were you on Scooby-Doo?" And he was just like, "Yeah, I wasn't one of the ones that was on Scooby-Doo." And we were like, Oh man! Why did they have to send us a Globetrotter that wasn't even on Scooby-Doo, man? I know we got B tier Globetrotter.
Where's Metal Like Lemon and Curly?
Yeah, the original
Goose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me think of Futurama when the Harlem Globetrotters were like their own super intelligent alien race, and you know they're They come and challenge the planet Earth to a basketball
actually have
game.
a couple original pages done by Sal Buscema. That's Harlem Globetrotters that was unpublished.
Oh,
some kind of Harlem Globetrotter comic that never came out.
Yeah, they did comics back in the day. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
They did indeed.
Of course, Rex would have pages from a Buscema comic that never got published.
You want me to prove it? I'll show you.
Dude, I'm not joking, dude. I'm saying that tracks like that with you, like that.
Show your receipts. Show
that.
your receipts. Show your receipts.
I don't know, man. I think the aliens took over a long time ago, and they're finally starting to push into our media. Who knows? All shallow pushes of social identity bullshit. It's pushing gray alien aesthetics like the fuck, man. Yep. Yeah, I mean, big-titted goth girls are what matters most. Don't knock them knockers. Listen, I'm a fan of the knockers. Don't. Yeah.
Don't knock the knockers.
Yeah. I'm all for it. Like
or knock them.
I am actually I'm in love with a very voluptuous woman, so I am. I'm all about the curvy women.
Yeah.
I feel like women should have curves, you know.
I like the word voluptuous. You got to add an
voluptuous.
Add UMPT in there. Voluptuous.
Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily how you pronounce it, but you know.
I know. That's why I say it. You have to add that in there to make it even,
Yeah.
More
extra.
You're above my pay grade sometimes,
Extra to the chewis.
She is indeed umptuous.
Scrumptious.
Sorry.
I got a bail, guys.
All right, Hex.
Take it easy. Wait, Hex. Let us see what you're working on here. Welcome back, Jason. Oh, that is turning out great, dude.
Oh yeah. This is
I'm really loving the watercolor.
You just happened to be talking about
voluptuous. Yeah.
And I need to finish up this little watercolor thing I want to give to him as a gift.
Dude, that's rad.
That's awesome, dude.
I gotta add more shadows and highlights and stuff in detail, but this is just the basic color blocking of this thing.
Dude, that is
really gorgeous.
Yep, that is gorgeous, man.
To get to right now.
Dude, I'm glad you came to hang out with us, Hex, man. It's been too long, dude. It's good to see you.
Yeah,
seriously.
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm so glad to hang out and be back, and I'll be back some more, as I have to have some other stuff to complete offline.
Excellent. I totally understand, man.
I do my
Some
best
person says Hex is a
offline,
leg guy. Right.
A what guy?
He says you're a leg guy.
Leg guy.
You're not
why don't you tell people where you can be found, Hex?
Not me.
Before you go.
It can be found on planet Earth, third rock from the sun.
Son of a bitch.
Hex Allen Comics is my my YouTube channel. Please subscribe there. And if you're already watching this, you're already following me on X. Yes. If you're watching this, I doubt anyone who's watching me here doesn't know who I am.
It's possible they might not.
You never know.
All right, well, Hex_Allen on Twitter.
Let's see.
Nice.
Twitch channel.
Yeah. Take it easy, Hex.
Thank you, some person. I appreciate that, man. Take it easy, Hex. Good to see you, brother.
Ciao, babies.
Later.
Jason, I'll have to watch the replay.
Sure. Right on top of that rose.
Welcome back, Jason. You seem to not be roboting anymore.
Yeah, I think letting it marinate, I think, helped. Yeah, dude, it wasn't a major, long thunder or lightning storm. It passed pretty quickly, and for some reason it did not want to reset itself or something. So I had to exit out and come back in, apparently, but it worked.
Yes, indeed.
Jason, where did you get the term negative ghostwriter? That you say
negative ghostwriter? That's
that's an old term.
It's an old term. You say every now and then. Isn't that where
negative
I got that
ghostwriter?
Yeah,
Internet is being
I've heard
funky here. Yeah.
plenty of people say negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah. I mean, military has used that.
I would figure you would have heard it, Rex. That's all.
I heard it from you, so I used it as a title the other day.
You could. That's fine. Go ahead. It's not mine.
It's a memorable quote from the movie. It's a memorable quote from the movie Top Gun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. Problem, mystery solved. Joint ears.
Take it easy, Hex. It was good seeing you, man. Have a good night, buddy.
Hex was here?
Yeah, Hex was here. I mean, you missed most of his visit.
Like I said, replay.
No, I'm just wildly racist. That's all.
Yeah. You want to be the only black person on stream, right? Is that it?
I don't like it. I don't like the competition. Appreciate it.
Sounds about right.
What's happening? What's going on? What's crack-a-lacking?
Talking about stories and how they don't resonate anymore. You know, the usual stuff. And how indie comics is the future because we're creating stuff that actually matters.
Comics are booming.
Are we?
Yeah, because it matters to us.
Pieces.
You know, we're creating stuff that we give a shit about. And
Yeah.
Plagal,
you can tell when somebody cares.
You had to go home.
You know,
you can.
I had to go home. Okay. I know he wasn't feeling.
Well, no, he had right when we were there, he had to go pick up his kiddo and then go home.
Go home. Go back. Go home.
Yeah.
Go back. Go home.
Hopefully we'll get to see friend Plagal here at some point.
Well, because he's normally not in his office on Tuesdays. Or at his dad's. So
okay.
That's
I see.
why. Yeah. And with his phone, it's very finicky. And as you know, if anybody's talking, if he starts talking, one other person cuts in, he's gone. You can't hear him at all.
Yeah, when he was on with me, he kept cutting out, and dropping off occasionally.
Well, don't interrupt him, Rex. Maybe you should show some courtesy.
Son of a...
You knew what this was.
I did know.
Oh, wait. Hey, I actually have that. We're on my channel.
You knew what this was.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
How's the campaign going, Rex?
Oh, you were gone for that. We hit $2,500.
Nice.
The first stretch goal was reached today.
What was the first stretch goal?
Devil Flyer trading card by John.
Yeah,
Feline.
I'm getting a trading card.
Yes.
That's right.
Whoop whoop.
Good job.
Congratulations.
And everyone that signed up's getting a free full trading card anyway, and a 6 a.m. sticker, and their charter member trading card or their charter member card. What else? And a free head sketch. I'm doing free head sketches for everyone.
So much for not skipping anymore.
Yeah.
It's cutting out again.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
It'll fix itself in like 4
Gotta
days.
get some value for your money.
See, that's the beauty of what we can do with indie comics. You know, we can
happy.
offer that value.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Today.
We'll be right back.
No.
is anybody reading anything good right now?
I can't see to read things.
I just reread Devil Flyer story.
Awesome.
Yeah. I actually had to go through that file and reread it, and I said, you know what? That didn't turn out too bad. I think if we want the entertainment that we want, the good entertainment that we want, we're gonna have to make it ourselves.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to,
I'm too lazy for that, though.
I know, but that's all right.
Billy,
I smoothed
you make
it over.
it look pretty.
I just want to consume good media without having to always create it.
Right.
And like I said, there's picking up a couple good things.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I watch cartoons all the time. Like, I'm pretty sad. I'm pretty like I'm never one that's like without having good things to enjoy.
I saw YouTube was live streaming the Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Oh, right on.
The cartoon. I was watching a little bit of it.
Oh, okay.
Because
I think that show was out on Netflix. I don't know.
No, this was a cartoon. This was the cartoon, and it was on YouTube.
That's a good show.
You know, Hasbro, their YouTube channel streams Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and G.I. Joe all the time.
Yep.
It should.
Yep, that is true. It's funny how the old shows are still, you know, wicked popular to the point where they could have a YouTube channel just playing them constantly, and there's always like at least 200, 300, 400 people watching it.
Yep.
Always.
The chat was booming in that.
That was the story last week that, you know, streaming services reported that people are watching old shows instead of the new stuff, shows like Suits and stuff like that. And
well, same thing in comics.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, it's like, you think?
It's the facsimile reprints that are outselling the new stuff.
I'm watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine again.
I mean, I was going back through and watching Farscape again, watching Fringe again.
There you go.
You know, watching the old Futurama. The new Futurama is not nearly as good.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching a lot,
which makes me sad because I used to love that show.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
I'm not
New
Gojira fan.
New and old. Like I've been watching the newer animated Godzilla movies, and then I've been going back and watching my favorite era of Godzilla, which was like 1984 to 1998. The Heisei era.
Well, I think that new show, they just did Shogun. I think that dropped today. They're doing a Shogun show.
Shogun. I still have to watch Blue Eyed Samurai.
Yeah, I've seen the trailers for that. It looked good.
Oh, yeah, I've heard Blue Eyed Samurai is pretty damn good.
Yeah, you gotta watch that still.
The live action Yu Yu Hakusho apparently is pretty decent as well. I mean, I remember watching that the anime back in the day when it first popped up, and what was it, Shonen Warriors or something like that, where they got it's basically like a Kamen Rider thing, but with like samurai armor or something like that.
Oh yeah, they call it. Yeah, Shogun Warriors was the Western name for it. I forget what the original. It was. Oh God.
I think I had the toys. Actually, it still had.
Yeah, I had a couple of the figures as well at some point.
Yeah,
Hex says that sucks. I tried the first episode of the new Futurama and was not feeling it. Yeah, it doesn't have the same bite, dude.
It doesn't.
It feels like it's been neutered. To be honest with you, it feels like all of the satire and the comedy has been just sucked out of it.
I mean, that used to be. I used to watch Adult Swim. You know, it'd start with Futurama and then Family Guy, and then it'd go into Inuyasha and Cowboy Bebop, and those were good nights, man. You just stay up till 2 a.m. watching that shit. Full Metal Alchemist, like.
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is, I think, the last anime series that I actually watched. I watched it with my buddy Casey, just because he was like, "Dude, you got to check this out. It's good." I mean, Yep, Venture Brothers, man. I will never forgive Adult Swim for canceling Venture Brothers and Metalocalypse. Like two of the dumbest decisions they ever made.
Isn't it coming back, or isn't it?
No, they did a final movie to kind of wrap it up, and you know, it was cool and it was still good, but you know, there's no reason why they had to end it. Anyway, that show was fucking great, and Adult Swim is fucking stupid now, and doesn't play anything worth a fucking damn.
I liked home.
I mean, just like the comic book shop, they still show some decent stuff. It's just few and far between. Because like Primal was really good.
Yep, that's like the only thing that's worth watching on Adult Swim anymore.
Yeah, and then his newest one that he's got, Unicorn Warriors Eternal, is good as well.
Yeah, that doesn't really strike me.
It's
Yeah,
just
Tartakovsky's great,
it's
man.
just because it has unicorn in the name. Trust me.
No, the animation style doesn't do a fucking thing for me, dude.
Okay.
Like I'm really picky about animation styles. Like Primal looks good. I like the way that's animated. But I tried to watch an episode of whatever the fuck that long ass unicorn show name is, and I couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into to home movies for the same reason. That squiggly animation style, Squidbillies, I couldn't get into because of the animation style. It grated on me. It's just I'm real touchy about animation.
I like the Unicorn Warriors Eternal shows because they're going for a specific old school style. They're trying to do like the old Betty Boop / Fleischer style, and I think it looks it's neat because like the main character, like one of the main girl that's in it, like if you were to like just take a freeze frame of just her face, it's got that weird like Betty Boop shaped like head where her mouth is almost touching the bottom of her like chin, where like Betty Boop's mouth is,
Right. Okay.
She's got the Pac-Man style, like, just round eyes with the carrot part like cut out and stuff. I could see not liking it for sure, but like I was just like, whoa, this looks, because when I first saw the character, I'm like, that just looks like Betty Boop right there, but like she's got like a fucking magic sword and is like fucking shit up right now, and like her she's got like a robot that like fights with her and stuff.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that.
For a specific like that old, like
old like 1940s type animation
1940s
deal.
Style.
Okay,
yeah. That's where he was going with that art direction. Because like when I saw it first, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. But then like the monk dude came out that's like part of the team and like the robot, and I was like, all right, I like this fucking mystical monk fucking dude that can like fucking change shapes and fuck shit up, and I like this robot guy. I'm only like 3 or 4 episodes in, and it's been pretty good so far.
Cool.
Interesting.
Tokame says Venture Brothers is still going on HBO. Yeah, but they're showing reruns. They're not showing. It's not new episodes. They're not making new episodes of Venture Brothers.
Yeah, I think they did one new season.
It was a movie.
When they re-released it. Oh, was it a movie?
It was a movie. Yeah, it was like a 2-hour movie or something like that. Because I watched it and it was pretty good, but they could have done so much more with it. Yeah, Venture Brothers Radiant is the blood of the baboon heart. Yep. Some person says there's a Japanese show called Shogun. It's a shogun that uses detective skills to solve crime. The end of each episode has him sentence criminals to harikari. It's always a sword fight. Nice.
2 of my favorite things.
Hex is about to watch the new Shogun with a wife.
Columbo and samurais mixed into one.
And one more thing. Whips out a fucking samurai sword. Well, there you go. I mean, talk about mixing genres.
So we want to do this show. It's going to be like Murder, She Wrote, but with ninjas.
And samurai and swords. And somebody's going to die at the end of it.
Spoilers.
One more thing.
And cigars.
Got to have cigars.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, that's part of Columbo, right?
Me and Dan went to Universal Studios last year, and we got to see the little set that was at the beginning of Murder, She Wrote, the little seaside town that I actually thought was like a seaside town.
A real town? Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just like this little corner of a fucking set on the Universal lot. And I felt so like fooled because like I live in a seaside town and I used to watch the shit out of Murder, She Wrote with my grandma. And I was just like, holy shit, I totally thought that little seaside town that she lived in was like a real seaside town. It turns out it was just a little fucking set on the Universal fucking backlot. It was just like,
back when movie magic was actually movie magic, back when people actually had to be good at what they did in order to, make things believable.
Kind of magic.
I don't know. It seems like a lot of storytelling and shit like that has been lost over the years because it's all we can do it with CGI. We can do it with this. We can do it with that. Laziness affects, and this is part of the reason why I'm not so much for the AI is because it's going to breed a lot more laziness.
Yeah, I think that
that's my opinion.
Movies have become too reliant on franchise building, and they're afraid to make just one-off things that could be good. You know.
Well, because they need something that's going to make money back. They need something that they can bank on to go back to the well over and over again. That's why they keep using the stuff that we grew up on, the stuff that we all love, because it was bankable. But the reason why it became bankable is because somebody took a fucking risk back in the day to try something new.
Right. Yeah. Right. And they say, hey, they bought it once, maybe they'll buy it twice. Or,
I mean,
or three times.
Are you going to check out that X-Men 97 show?
Yeah.
God, give it a shot.
For sure.
Sure.
I mean, okay, watching the trailer, the animation looks all right. I think the animation back in the 90s was better. But the scene where Gambit jumps on Wolverine's back while he's running forward and he charges Wolverine's claws with kinetic energy, that's not how this shit works.
No.
That's not how any of this works. Like, are you trying to blow Wolverine's hands off of his body? You're trying to just blow all of the fucking, skin off of his hands? Like, no. That's not how this works. So, yeah. I don't know.
I'm curious to see.
I'm probably not going to bother because I think it's going to turn out to be, again, it's nostalgia bait, and it's going to turn out to be current day shit.
Well, one of the writers is, mentally ill, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The showrunner, though, is one of the original showrunners from the original X-Men TV series, so there might be some hope.
I don't know. Like, there's a lot of mentally ill people that I enjoy their shit though.
Didn't Chad work on the X-Men cartoon?
Yeah, he worked on the one that came out in the early 2000s. That one.
Wolverine and the X-Men.
Wolverine and the X-Men. Yeah,
that was actually a pretty decent rendition.
Yeah.
I liked the character designs on that one at least.
He did
X-Men Evolution was dog shit though.
Yeah, that one wasn't great. No. Yeah, Chad did some of the vehicle designs for that one for Wolverine and the X-Men. Like he did the Blackbird and a couple other like vehicles and stuff for that show.
That's right.
Yeah. So I mean, I might check it out.
I'm a big cartoon fan, so I'm usually willing to always give like a new cartoon a couple episodes chance to check out. Like most of what I watch is cartoons anyway. I think so.
Huh.
Like I barely watch anything that's got people in it. Like real people. It's just true. I mean, if I were to like break it down to like percentages, like I'm probably 75% animation stuff watching and 25% live action, and it's just been that way for years for me.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I barely watch anything that's not like a documentary on YouTube anymore, or how to build something, or a carpentry video, or anything like that. And recently, food stuff. Just all kinds of food videos. Like Men with the Pot is a YouTube channel that Feline has gotten me hooked on. And because I was making chicken parm the other day, I looked up chicken parm recipe, and now my YouTube is just absolutely flooded with food videos. And you know what? I am okay with it.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah.
Billy needs to take a nap just thinking about it.
Dude, I'm holding on by a thread right now. I'm like sitting here trying to flat these pages, and I'm just like yawning, like, whew, like man, just I'm getting close.
You're a trooper, Billy.
Well, I missed last week's show, and I don't like to miss like 2 weeks in a row.
No, I mean it's on Luke's channel, so of course you're gonna make it.
True. That too.
It's okay if you miss it, Billy. It's not a requirement. Hockey never shows up anymore, so
yeah. Arthur says they lost me with turning morph non-binary. I can get with Bobby Drake being gay because he always hung out with the girls and never got with the girls. That's actually not true. He was definitely a ladies' man.
Oh, he was
back in the day. Yeah, he got all the chicks. He was a player back in the day.
I try to not get too swayed by the fucking the hubbub before a show comes out, you know, because
sure.
You know, I mean, even though like the show itself ended up being trash, like I'm gonna refer to Ring of Power. Like, remember how much they were like trying to like play up that black dwarf chick and like all the fucking media shit? It's like, dude, she's in the show for like fucking 7 minutes, and I was just like, that was the least of the shit that like bothered me. Like the rest of the show was like, it was just written like trash. Like the part with the black dwarf like wife chick like was so innocuous.
And the funny thing is, that's what a lot of people said
like,
too.
Yeah, it's like hate baiting, you know. I'm just like, it's just like when everybody was talking shit about like how bad the CG was for She-Hulk. And I was just like, the CG's not what's bothering me. It's the bad writing. Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah, the CGI was fine. You know, I didn't have a problem with the way She-Hulk looked.
I thought she looked pretty hot. But you know, as She-Hulk, you know.
But then so that begs the question. So the writing's terrible, but look at the source material that they had to draw from, which is brilliant. You know, they could have done, you know, they had Burns run for She-Hulk and of course Tolkien, and they just forget it. You know, they're going to do their thing.
Well, I'm just saying like with the X-Men show, I'm trying not to get like wrapped up with like what the stuff that the media is trying to get me like fired up about. Like I want to see like from my own eyes, like what I like and or dislike about the show, you know, because it's just like that morph guy, being non-binary now. It's like, dude, they might not even mention that, and that might just be part of his like backstory, you know, thing that like the writers may know about, but might not be anything that's ever mentioned in the show ever at any time. You know, or it might be said something that's like in passing that like has no bearing like on the rest of like the actual show's quality or story or anything like that. So,
it may not even be something that from what I understand, it might just be something that a writer of an article put in. I haven't seen anything from the actual showrunner about that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like I was going to say, it's like it might be something that's literally on a writer's 3x5 card that's how they perceive the character now, but it doesn't actually ever get expressed anywhere like in the show, like at any point in time. You know?
If it did, it wouldn't make sense because in '97 the whole binary garbage wasn't invented.
Well, I mean I mean.
The thing that I always come back to is you don't have to take these pre-established characters like Bobby Drake and, you know, suddenly radically alter their character by doing this. There are characters within the X-Men universe that are canonically gay or whatever, and they've made, you know, trans characters. I mean, whatever happened to North Star? How come they never do anything with North Star? He was canonically gay, had a fantastic story of him coming out to his dad and like the real human drama of that, and they do absolutely nothing with this character. Why?
Yeah.
Like he was a well-written character. He was arrogant. He was, you know, because he was super powered and whatnot. And they never do anything with this character, and I don't understand why. You know, he was a great character to use. Granted, he was on Alpha Flight, but whatever. You know,
a lot of writers, when they want to rewrite a character, is because they want to change something to put their mark on it and stuff. And maybe the reason why they don't mess with North Star is because that story was already so well done that now they feel like they don't have anything that they can change or add to it, like to change it in the way that they would want it. Change another character. You know what I mean?
They did make him good with a fist.
Yeah.
Fist of the North.
Jesus. Okay, I see where you're coming from, Arthur. You know, somebody that was hiding that they were gay because they were always hanging out with girls, hung out with girls more, ended up being gay, but I never had somebody who like morph. No, I understand that.
Yay!
What's up, Cy? And no,
Hello, Cy.
he was not. That's that you're just making that shit up because you wanted to say Colossus's chrome fire hydrant. Yeah.
His bell end is chrome plated.
Colossus is Shelby.
You can fist with the best of them. Yes.
Polish the
Yep.
chrome.
Fist for justice.
I like
that just made me think of Brody in Mallrats asking Stan Lee if the thing's dork is made of orange rock like the rest of them.
Well, it would be. Okay, it would be.
I mean,
That
obviously.
goes without saying, right?
So wait, but
He's got an unnatural obsession with superhero sex organs. You might want to get him some help.
But is it solid like a statue, or does it have segments on it so it can
I would think it would have
Oh.
segments on it.
Oh,
yeah.
Billy.
Segments.
Oh, ribbed for your pleasure. I know what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
same thing with Colossus.
Oh,
Does he have those lines on his
Really?
yeah that he's got on his biceps?
Well, but it's not.
This is entirely more thought
Yeah, he would.
geez.
than I've ever put into
you
this.
would.
Jesus.
So when he goes
No.
flaccid, does it look like mercury in his pants then?
Of course it would. I mean,
No, it looks like a slinky.
Articulated
There
planning.
you go.
yeah, Toy Story 3.
God.
Yeah.
I like when
horrible.
Colossus punched Gina Carano's boobs in the
Woo.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
the end of
Lucky man.
the story.
It's like the Batmobile armadillo armor. Yep, exactly. It's got ridges.
Shields. Shields.
Chung, 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 chung.
You don't want to catch nothing. Better put up his shield.
Entirely more thought than I've ever put into this.
Yeah, Billy.
Billy is very much entertained by that thought.
Yep.
That was really good from Cy. It's like the Batman armadillo armor.
Yeah, that was good.
Accurate visual description, I'm sure.
Go gadget penis.
Well, even Reed Richards, like, he can make it any shape.
Yeah.
Would you stay
know,
with him?
He can make
if
balloon
he couldn't do
He can't
that?
make it
out of
any
it.
shape. I thought he can just stretch. He can't change the shape of it. He's not like plastic, man.
He could make it into a balloon animal, I'm sure.
Well, he
Wow.
could make it. He could make
Right.
it. He could make it flat and long. Like
Or thick. He could thicken it up.
Yes,
it's
girthy.
not. It's not so much big as it is long and skinny.
That's a direct quote. So why is she always wanting to run off with the Submariner? Just throwing that out there.
No idea.
Well,
When you got
sometimes
somebody
Because he pays attention to her.
Sometimes it's not the size of the stretchable penis, but the motion of the ocean.
of the ocean, right?
Maybe he has gills on his, and the
Oh,
way
the
they
Submariner has access
terrible
to
pun.
rub on the inside.
breathes underwater.
Just to
I get
bring
it.
it full circle, the Submariner has access to
I don't know.
whales.
Maybe he's got ridges, but that have like a certain like poison, like the fugu fish. That, like,
So you're
gets
saying
off
he's
of-
always moist. He's always moist.
That's right.
Good.
Naturally lubricated
For
at
your
all
protection.
times.
He lives in the fucking ocean. Yeah, it's got to smell like fish. Thank you, Arthur. It's got to smell like fish. And plus, he's got to be clammy. So I don't know about all that.
But no, fish don't smell like fish in the ocean. It's not until they get up on land and they've been sitting around for a while.
Per se, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but see, he already smells like fish, so he doesn't have to worry about her.
That's
Maybe she's
not.
the one.
I think
That
she's into
smells
foot
like
fetish
fish.
stuff, and she likes little wings.
Oh,
on
she
her
likes the
feet.
little wings on his feet.
Yeah,
Mhm. Seen that coming.
she's a footy.
She's a footy.
Jesus. Horrible.
Do they still draw him with those wings?
Best topic all night. I don't know. I don't collect.
As far as I know, they do.
I don't
Yeah.
Were they in the movie? I don't know. The movie he was in?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't either.
He was.
That wasn't Namor.
Namor was in the movie. Not Namor. Namor
Oh,
was in
wait,
the movie.
that's right. The newest one where he had the nose piercing and stuff, right?
Yeah, and he was from like the Aztecs or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, he was in.
That was weird.
Yeah, no.
I did not. Wasn't a fan of that redesign.
Nobody was a fan of that redesign, Billy.
What movie was that from?
Was it Black Panther 2?
Yeah, Wakanda movie. Something.
Black Panther 2 with no Black Panther in it? Yes. Yes, that's such a great idea. It's a great idea to make a movie like that.
It's
without
tough too. I like that actress that played Nuri. Like,
I want to see Boy Kills World.
Boy Kills World instead of
yeah, dude, you gotta look it up. It's so whacked out.
The new trailer that just came out a little while ago.
It's a cereal company that sponsors like a murder game show.
Yeah. And he's like a deaf mute, and
he's a deaf mute,
and he's got the voice of Archer. Like the guy John Benjamin is his inner monologue voice. Yeah.
Is it really?
I want to watch it, dude. That's so stupid.
All right, I haven't seen the trailer. Yeah. I've just heard the name of it.
Yeah.
Boy Kills World.
Boy Kills
World.
Yeah. It looks so ridiculous.
Well, it was because I immediately recognized H. John Benjamin's voice. I was like, "Why is John Benjamin like doing the voice for this?" And then, like part of the way through the trailer, he's like, "And then my parents were taken from me. They turned me into a deaf mute. So I created my own inner monologue voice. It's so good.
So I created this inner monologue voice. All right, I'll have to check that out.
What's going on, Si?
He was upset.
Not much. Shields. Come on.
What?
Shields.
Is that why you came in to put up your shield?
Yes. Just making sure I'm protected.
Well, you are a cyborg, so...
What with the panel?
Yeah, there's a lot of contamination.
Did he cut
something like that?
Oh,
you're back.
Oh, yeah, I've been roboting out. I am a robot.
See, you're trying to horn in on my shtick.
Yeah,
that's why I needed the shield on your territory to keep you off my shtick.
But see, you're a cyborg. Robots are not cyborgs.
That is true.
Yeah. Like
the age-old discussion.
Cyborg.
I can't tell if you were trying to sound like a Chicago wise guy from the 30s, or if that was like a Caitlyn Jenner impression you were doing.
Your mugs.
That's a good movie, Cyborg with Van Damme.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that.
That movie was originally supposed to be a Spider-Man movie. Like a lot of the shit that the sets that they made for that were if I remember correctly, the sets that they made for that were supposed to be for the James Cameron Spider-Man movie that never got made, and so that production company had to pivot and do something.
Didn't they have,
and so they made the
big truck and body armor and
pivot. Oh,
yep. If I remember correctly, that production company was supposed to be making a Spider-Man flick, and it never got made, or they didn't get the something happened with the rights, and they couldn't make it, so they had to pivot and do something different.
That's quite a pivot.
At least, at least I think it was Cyborg.
There was someone around.
I remember being just as shocked as you are right now.
I think it was Woodrow who told us about how they filmed parts of that in the area that he's in.
Cyborg?
Yeah. Something about the motel that they were at or something. I don't know. It was either that or John Carpenter's Vampires.
It might have been John Carpenter's Vampires. That makes more sense.
You make more sense.
John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars was
I make more dollars. Ghosts of Mars was interesting. Natasha Henstridge.
Yeah.
In a Not Species movie.
And then she just fell off the map after that. Like, I don't think I ever saw her in anything, the whole 9 yards, maybe? Was she in that?
Was she in the whole 9 yards?
Cameron Diaz was in that, wasn't she?
Or something.
No, Cameron
recently.
Diaz wasn't in the whole 9 yards.
Which one was the
Do not remember.
movie that had James Woods and Al Pacino? It was a football movie. Was that the whole? That wasn't the whole 9 yards. That was Any Given Sunday.
Yeah,
that's the one Cameron Diaz was in.
Yeah.
Not that I
totally don't remember that one.
38,000 movies. It's really
Any Given Sunday.
I walked out of it.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
I'm telling you though, the size of the football fields that they used in that movie, that had to be like an arena football stadium that they kept using.
Oh, probably was. I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Well, I can't see like an NFL team giving up their stadium to shoot a movie at, even if it was the off season.
Probably not.
Faked it in somehow anyway.
Fucking fake.
Movie magic.
CGI the stadium.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I
It was Rex's shower.
Capabilities back
then. Isn't that what they did in the Dark Knight Rises? Wasn't that football stadium? When the crowd
they also
away
blew
and
the
shit?
entire thing up. So
That was like an open bowl, so that had to be like a college one, didn't it?
I don't know. I don't know anything about sports.
No
What are you asking me
idea.
about sports for? I'm a
Sports ball.
comic
Come
geek.
on, Jason.
Where's Shelby when you need him?
Sports? You mean like sports?
You know, rugby, backgammon,
Impressive.
Golf,
curling.
Sports like
Curling.
speedball?
Yes.
I do curls in the garage.
I'm not saying a
Girls or
word, Jason.
curls?
Oh, weights. Curl weights.
Isn't
Kuwait.
that what they call
Crazy
a
Mad says,
omelet
did I
with
hear
east
someone
west?
say sports?
The only,
And some person heard sporks.
the only curling I do is like at the donut shop with the like curlers. Like the,
Hell yeah.
That's just not. I'm shocked, Billy. You? You're so swell. I saw you.
You curl your hair though. I mean, I've seen your Insta.
Yeah. If I had hair to curl, I would curl it.
Oh, I haven't seen you, man.
I didn't say on your head.
Oh yeah, no, I braid those ones.
Wow.
Yep. It's like Viking shit down there.
Gaping.
Your Insta is Ginger Bush. So.
Yep. I shave half of it and then cornrow the other half. It's like a Viking warrior.
Wow.
It pillages.
I know what your favorite Disney movie is.
He's the whitest black Viking I ever saw. Really.
It's for pure pillaging purposes.
No prisoners. No prisoners.
The longboats.
So how are we enjoying the Black George Washington and Asian German soldiers from the WW2?
I really enjoyed that. Like
It's
2
comedy
days
gold.
that AI lasted. I think it's even greater that like people are because they kind of crossed the line, you know, with section 240B or whatever, like platform versus publisher thingy, and that's how like Google and them have been able to get away with stuff. But now that they're putting out an actual application that is espousing the truth and or news or whatever, a lot of the people that AI was like saying gnarly shit about it are now like trying to sue Google for defamatory shit.
They should.
Yeah, they should. Some people found some interesting hacks, like like our forefathers eating watermelon. So just like
I like
so
the ones
you
where it
can
showed,
imagine
like,
how that turns out.
I see nothing wrong with that.
I saw one tweet that really drilled down into what the AI
like
was doing
watermelon.
to voice prompts, and the AI admitted that not voice prompts, image prompts, when it was it was taking the text-based image prompts, it would add either diverse or Asian or black or minority
yeah
to the image prompt on its own.
Yeah, that's how you were getting like the black Nazis and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say that word on someone else's YouTube channel.
Michael Bancroft showed off this really great one where it was I forget what the prompt was for somebody, but it was like turn of the century British inventors or whatever, and it like had all these like black and Indian like people like with microscopes and shit. And there was one where it like had this black dude like looking like the AI was trying to have him look into a telescope, but it just ended up looking like he was holding it like it was a bong and he was about to take a rip out of it. And I was just like, dude, that's brilliant. Yeah, I'm inventing shit.
Yeah, so a news article came out today that Google just lost $70 billion of market cap.
Good.
Yeah.
By the way, Luke, you still have a chat up.
DuckDuckGo is going, huh?
Oh. What's up, Silver? Good to see you.
We live in a very weird world where Microsoft is the lesser of two evils between them and Google.
How about none of the above?
Yeah, how about none of the above? How about I'm really, honestly and truly considering moving everything to Linux. Like, fuck this. Fuck Apple. Fuck Google. Fuck Microsoft. Fuck them all.
I'm waiting for Elon Musk's smartphone to come out.
Yeah, right? The Musk phone.
I don't know that it's necessarily a good idea to put all of our eggs in one basket, but
well, if one of the richest man in the world, it's a pretty reasonable basket. But
I like eggs.
Yeah, it's gonna be X Mobile.
Let's check.
X Mobile. Yeah. I thought I was already subscribed to that.
Yeah, my payment just went through.
That's a different service, I guess.
It is. It's XXX-vids.
It's like, damn, Brazzers went free? What am I still paying for here?
Good Lord.
Everybody knew what I was talking about, though. That's
horrible. It took me a second to figure out what the fuck you were talking about, but yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. I know. I hate
horrible.
It's horrible.
Horrible. I don't know what we're talking about. I skipped out on a lot of it.
Agreed.
That's all right. I kind of figured.
Jason, what are you working on?
I don't know. I'm done with it, whatever it is.
Is that an ass cheek?
Yeah, there's a booty in there. Right there.
I got let's see, what was it? My Twitch stream, my Twitch account got suspended for 3 days because of an animated GIF of a succubus booty.
Nice.
Yeah. When I was promoting Isaac Fox's new book.
Booty.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the
Suck You Busted?
Suck You Busted?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's okay on Kickstarter, but apparently Google or Twitch's AI or whatever the fuck it is got upset about it. I mean, I don't get any fucking viewers on Twitch anyway, so who the fuck? I mean,
well, it might have hit a content ID because I'm pretty sure that there's another movie called Succubus that's a different
Rage
movie.
Against the Machine. Yeah,
Billy has it on his playlist.
He's got it downloaded.
Can't you be a woman wearing just your bra and be on Twitch and they don't give a shit?
It depends. They've had to yo-yo back and forth so much because of the outrage of the implied nudity rule that they put in for like 4 days.
Yeah,
and then had to yank back.
Well, and it's weird because they took back the artistic nudity part,
right?
But then are allowing live like partial nudity. So it was like they went down harder on actual
they
drawings than they did on
fully.
People. Yeah,
like, which is fucking stupid.
I know, it's really weird that it was just like that they went that the rules got more strict on artwork than they did on actual like people.
They went down harder.
Right.
Yeah. Well, they went down harder.
And yes, Silver, Voodoo you would never have gotten across on Twitch.
When they actually expanded it to allow the implied nudity, they also opened it up to any depiction of artistic nudity, and they allowed twerking. and other things like that. And then they had to snatch
because
that all
that's
back.
artistic.
Oh, dance.
I mean, have you seen those contests
Okay.
that they have in Russia? Those twerk contests are crazy.
You know,
Nope.
Luke, there's
I
there's
never
an
heard of
argument
them.
out there that that's a certain culture's heritage.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, the fact that
We're not even
the
gonna
rules
talk
got
about
more,
that.
the fact that the rules got more strict
Yeah.
for the artwork versus live people was a really bizarre take.
Yeah,
know if
and
it's the
also
spleen
this:
you're
you can't
looking
draw
at,
nips,
Oker.
but naked yoga with visible spleen is okay.
Well,
Yep.
because the live people bring in viewers, bring in simps and all that, and
Ugh.
that makes some money. Because I don't think Twitch is profitable. I mean, didn't they have a bunch of layoffs and?
Yeah,
Oh,
Twitch
Twitch
isn't
isn't
Yep.
profitable.
Twitch isn't profitable. Yeah, for
Isn't
sure.
it? Yeah, Amazon owns
Yeah.
them right now. Nothing Amazon owns is profitable right now.
They
Except
still
for
can't handle titties.
Except for AWS.
Few things can. Some person,
Yeah, that's
few
the
things
only
can.
thing keeping
Yeah.
it afloat. That and they just raised Prime rates again, and they also created a new tier of Prime for video where you have to pay an extra $3 a month for no commercials, even if you're already paying for Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God damn it.
they tried to get me back to Prime again just this week because I had to order a USB-C cable, and they're like, "Please come back. Like, we'll give you like 30 days free." And I was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna pirate. I'm good."
See, I've had Amazon Prime for so long, and like that's what my mom and my grandmother watch most of their stuff on. That and Hulu. So,
Shit.
yep.
Well, what is there to watch on Amazon Prime besides Reacher and the Terminal List?
You could run anything.
There's all kinds of stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They canceled the Peripheral.
I mean,
That's
there's
me off.
Invincible. There was The Boys. You know.
They took so long with season 2 of Invincible, I lost interest.
I'm not happy with the way that they altered the story in The Boys. Like Butcher from the comic series would absolutely mop the fucking floor with Homelander from the TV series. Like he was fucking brutal and vicious. I think they cast the perfect person as Butcher, but they kind of neutered the character,
Well, how
especially
can you
when
go
they
wrong
cucked
with
him
Carl
out.
Urban?
Yeah, Carl Urban's fucking great, man. I love that dude. He's awesome.
I'm waiting for him to come back for Dread 2. I mean,
There's absolutely no reason why that movie did not get a sequel. That movie was great.
and it's legitimately a cult classic. You can't swing a dead cat.
The
without
reason
hitting
why
a
it didn't
Dread
get a
reaction.
sequel is it only made $44 million at the box office. So it's a great movie, but nobody went to see it.
My favorite.
I did.
I can only see it so many fucking
Shit.
times.
I
My
did
favorite,
too.
role, my favorite role that he did was in Chronicles of Riddick.
Actually,
Reddit.
the third Riddick movie wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. He was the second guy.
Yeah, he was
of
second
the,
in command. Yeah.
of the dead people.
Yeah.
The necro whatever.
Necromongers or something like that.
Whatever you kill, you keep.
Yeah.
Is he just,
Yeah, okay.
Did they just fake him being like supremely tall in that movie, or is he actually that tall?
Well, no, you put anybody next to Jessica Tandy and you look like you're 6'4". She's like 4'1" or some shit. Like
Jessica Tandy.
Or what's her name? I know her last name.
Dame Judi Dench.
No, I'm sorry. Her last name's
The
Tandy,
fuck?
but I got her first name wrong. She was in the
Tandy Newton.
is it Tandy Newton? She was in the one that she was in a Mission Impossible with
Short Man Cruise.
yeah, the one that John Woo like directed, produced, and he looks super tall next to her too.
You thinking Cocoon actresses are in
Yeah.
Riddick?
It's the other Tandy.
Take it easy, Feline. Thank you for being here, beautiful.
I Feline.
You
See you
know,
later.
Have a good night.
Tandy was the
night.
first computer I owned.
Jesus.
Good night, Feline.
Oh, I played Bard's Tale on that.
I had
Bard's Tale was great.
I had the hot air balloon. You know how long that took to type in BASIC?
Wow. Yeah.
That was like the computer that they used to sell at Radio Shack. Like that was like the radio. Radio Shack had
Tandy
to deal with
Color
them.
Computer
Beautiful.
3.
Yeah, it was actually I was one of the first color computers like graphics I ever saw. 'Cause, like everything before that was like that.
That's pretty cool, Rex.
Monochromatic, like Hercules style screen.
Wait.
Yep, green or amber.
Yeah,
Getting there.
That's
I had,
cool,
I had,
dude.
the, I had the amber
Yeah.
screen.
My brother got a Commodore 64.
I had one of those. Yeah.
I wanted an Amiga so bad.
Oh,
Pigeon.
Commodore 64, I had some great games for it. I had the Star Trek game. I had Bruce Lee. I had a Spy Hunter, which was pretty arcade accurate. It was really cool.
there were no games for the Tandy. Yeah, the Amiga. A bunch of friends of mine. I was in various sci-fi clubs growing up, and they used to make their own like Star Trek fan vids and stuff like that. And they did some magical shit with Amigas and a video toaster.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Like that was one of the first like where multimedia editing and stuff really started taking off.
Yeah.
Video toaster. God, I forgot about that program.
Yeah, phaser effects,
Me too.
beaming. It was pretty interesting, and that was back in the late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah. Both.
Basic was, I'll tell you that.
And then
80s.
that Pterodactyl VR game came out, and that used 3 Amigas.
3 of them, like running
one for each pod that you stood in, and then a central one to link them.
Huh. That's crazy.
Yeah, you held that gun and you would shoot the fucking dart at the pterodactyl coming at you. No.
Oh yeah, I know what game you're talking about. Yeah.
It's like one of the first quote unquote VR style like booth thingies. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I just remember seeing like the I don't remember what electronics store it was, but they had an Amiga set up with like all the old Psygnosis games like running off of it and stuff, and just looked so anything beyond that I was like playing on my Nintendo back then. I was just like, dude, I'll never be able to afford a $500 computer. That's crazy.
So Takume says,
it was a lot more expensive back then.
Oddly
Yeah,
enough,
Comcast is trash.
I'm on Xfinity, which is owned by Comcast, and I've never had a problem. I have a 1200 meg connection to the house here.
Xfinity's built in I don't know what you want to call it, like the shows that that you can stream through the Xfinity service have always been pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like they have like a little bit of like a amalgamation of a bunch of the streaming services shows that they license out that you watch through the Xfinity app.
Yeah, you can get free Peacock and a few other of the.
So that's how I used to watch Dexter.
I could see that for you.
Dexter was a good show.
Never watched it. Never
Yeah,
watched Breaking Bad either.
the first 4 seasons are outstanding.
I watched all of Dexter except for the very last episode.
I saw the last episode. I was.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they really knew how to end the series, to be honest with you. And then they brought it back, and it did not do well.
Showtime told the writers that you can't kill him, so you have to leave him. You have to have him live, because I guess they wanted to rehash it down the road.
He should have.
Well, and that's what they did. They brought him back.
Keep your options open. Yeah.
Which I was kind of disappointed in because, I think he should have went out. A lot like a Breaking Bad. Have him die.
Never saw that either.
Never watched Breaking Bad.
That's a good show.
That's what I've always heard.
You know what else I didn't watch?
I can live without it.
The Sopranos.
Cyborg.
Sopranos is pretty good.
Yeah,
I didn't see it all the way to the end, but like I watched the first like 3 or 4 seasons.
You know what else I didn't watch? Game of Thrones.
I didn't either.
I watched. I still remember the last episode I watched of that was the one where the mountain fucking crushes Pedro Pascal's fucking face in.
I heard
Like
about
they get into a fight and fucking Pedro Pascal's like totally whooping the mountain's ass, and then all of a sudden like he gets a hold of him and just fucking he just grabs him by the head and just fucking shoves his thumbs in his fucking eye holes.
Yeah, the only partial episode of that I ever watched was, of course, the lesbian episode. And I think it was season 1.
I don't even remember the lesbian episode.
I think I never got into Game of Thrones either. It's a show I probably should like, but the episodes I saw,
I always had to watch it on my own. Like I was dating a girl that just couldn't handle the violence in it. Like she would never watch it with me, so I just kind of catch it. Like
it was Daenerys and her handmaiden. Teaching her
what's
what
up,
sex
Kayla?
Was so that she
did they walk in during Game of Thrones talk? What a lucky time. Yep, we were just discussing Game of Thrones.
Discussing how we didn't watch it.
No, I did watch it actually. When I enjoyed it right up until the last season. As a matter of fact, Feline and I watched it, and we were watching the last season. We were both like, "What the fuck?"
Jason Momoa was great on that show.
They really didn't know how to end it, did they?
So,
well, they ran out of source material to pull from because George R.R. Martin is not willing to write the book. I don't know.
The best thing he's ever written was the Beauty and the Beast show from 1984.
Oh, yeah. With Linda Hamilton.
With Linda Hamilton.
That was in the 90s. That was 94.
That definitely wasn't 94 because my sister watched that show when I was a kid, and I graduated high school in 92. So,
hey Luke, show this. This is a classic.
One with Ron Perlman as the Beast.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think that was in the 90s though.
Here's
maybe
Game
90, 91.
What is this?
How they did Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
They fucking ruined the show. Yes, they did.
I get it.
Season 8 was the best, man. You just trying to start a fight, Chris H. That's
1987 to 1989 is when it ran.
So, of what I know of Game of Thrones, Danny should have won. That's what I'm saying.
That's a really good horse drawn there in 7 and 8.
That was a really good horse drawing.
That was me.
Nice job, son. Way better than Bulgy.
Yeah. Oh, shut up. Bulgy is
awesome. I never read the books, but yes, they did have plenty of source material, and they didn't use all the characters. There was a bunch of stuff they could have done.
Pure trash.
No,
like right now, they're doing the was it Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time on Amazon, and they're not following the books at all, and nobody's watching it. And I mean, he could have, if they followed the books, the source material, they could have a Game of Thrones because that's a pretty epic fantasy series. I think it's like 13 books, so there's plenty of material.
It's not too far from the. It's the biggest part is they're mixing up the order of when stuff happened, not so much that they're actually changing the source material from that. Because I read all 13 of those books, and I didn't think the TV show was too bad. Like I said, it was the chronology that was weird. It's because they were like mixing a lot of this of when stuff happened within the series.
On that note, now that I've got you guys completely on a fucking tangent, I have the rest of a comic to edit. So have a good night, guys.
Bye.
All right.
Take it easy, Si.
Thanks for popping in.
You're very welcome. I needed to take a break anyway. So
later, Si.
Later.
Later. Totally put a bunch of shit on the wrong layer. Damn it!
No.
Isn't that always the way?
Yes. No. Yes, it is.
I did too.
I do that a lot.
Put all of that wrong stuff on the wrong paper layer.
Yes.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
On the other paper layer.
Nice.
Let's see. Game of Thrones was amazing. Then they got to in their ego. Yeah. Yeah.
Weren't the showrunners for that, weren't they offered another show like
to do Star Wars?
We did do Star Wars, yeah.
Oh, to do Star Wars.
Yep, and as Kayla is saying here, they rushed it, and now they lost their opportunity to do Star Wars. So, yep.
I'm so sorry.
Silver says Martin was always a better editor than author.
How dare
Star
they?
Wars said that Game of Thrones was so bad. Yeah. And that D&D couldn't touch Star Wars. Yeah, well, old Star Wars, but new Star Wars is just awful.
Yeah.
Seth says I'd kill for something to do Incarnations and Immortality as a series. Not familiar with that one.
D&D's never gotten a fair shake on anything, really. I mean, the new D&D movie that came out was pretty fun. I liked it.
It was fun, yeah.
Yeah, but they've never really gotten a chance to do something serious and put their best foot forward.
Baldur's Gate.
I'm talking about movie-wise.
I know,
movie
but
or TV show. Oh, Baldur's Gate.
If
Baldur's
you want to
Gate
go
was
that route,
amazing.
though, just Baldur's Gate. Yeah, from what I hear, is like the best D&D thing. Yeah,
the best.
Yeah,
100% hands down.
The most recent D&D movie kind of reminded me of being at a game at a table.
Yeah,
you know,
it was
just
fun,
some of the silly shit that happens, and like, you know, there's serious, and then there's funny, and you know, it just kind of reminded me of playing D&D with friends.
And there's another show where like the media almost tried to fucking fuck that movie up with like all the shit that they were saying that the showrunners were like, or the writers and stuff were saying before that, before the movie actually came out, had everybody like, oh my god, this movie's gonna be all woke and like horrible, and like fucking, they were just weird, like the press tour that they were going on, because it seemed like they were trying to sandbag their own fucking movie. And then I went and saw the movie, and I was like, dude, none of that shit that they're talking about is like in this. That was like all like them trying to, again, like trying to chase a certain audience and saying that that's what this movie was going to be like. And I was just like, dude, this is just like a regular like D&D movie. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It was funny. It was fun.
I remember they're like, we tried to debase men at every opportunity we could because we thought that was really funny. And I was like, well, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
And
what awful motivation to write a film. Like, holy shit.
Well, it could be like the Howard Stern mentality. Like, I want to watch it to hate it. So they're going to be like, oh, they're going to bash men. I'm going to go watch it so I could hate it. And it just didn't do that.
Piers Anthony, yes. Okay. Incarnations of Mortality, yes. Okay. I've heard of that, or at least I've heard of Piers Anthony. I read one of his books a while back. It was an audiobook. It was an unabridged audiobook, yeah. But God, what was the fucking? I'll have to go see if I can find whatever audiobook it was that I listened to.
I was so scared of the D&D movie to come out just because I was just like, the last D&D movie got was with fucking one of the Wayans brothers, and that movie sucked so bad.
Good.
There were actually two sci-fi D&D movies that weren't terrible. There was one, you can pick it up, and then the third one was The Book of Vile Darkness, and it actually was the best one, but it's hard to find on DVD.
Huh?
But actually, it
was on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, they were sci-fi movies. They were actually, the second one is, what I mean, it's good. It's,
it's decent.
It feels like D&D, but it's not necessarily good. But it's fun for like a Saturday night if you're getting high, and just. But it feels like D&D. They're like, hey, we're going to throw our lightning bolt spell, and I only have 2 teleport spells, for the trip here and there. So it uses real D&D stuff. But the Book of Vile Darkness, that's very dark. It's basically all evil characters on a quest, and I think a paladin of Palor or a cleric of Palor is on basically with them, kind of undercover, posing as an evil thing until they get their whatever. But it was actually the best of the D&D movies, the Book of Vile Darkness.
Jason differentiates good movies and fun movies.
Can't we have both?
I know.
Well,
Well,
have you ever seen like a sci-fi channel movie?
I like Van Helsing, and Jason calls that a fun movie, but it's not a good movie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's accurate.
Have you ever seen like the sci-fi channel movies, like Ogre or Rock Monster or any of that? Like they're not necessarily,
but they sound awesome.
They're entertaining sometimes. I mean, but I do like B movies often, so
yeah.
It's that kind of B movie schlock. Sometimes movies are so bad that they're good.
Yeah.
In a very bad way.
Van Helsing's a good movie.
But these D&D movies for Sci-Fi Channel really felt more like D&D than the big budget one that came out in 2000.
Shut up.
Yeah, that D&D movie with Marlon Wayans was not good.
Jeremy Irons and
so good.
What the hell was Jeremy Irons doing in that? I have no fucking idea.
Acting it up like a pro.
I mean, it was a paycheck, man.
Great movie.
Piers Anthony's writing in movie form. He co-wrote Total Recall, but wasn't listed in the credits. No shit. Okay.
It was no John Carter of Mars.
What? Walking back into the bathroom and crap in reverse. Okay. Silver says, I'm glad they canceled Kryn. They would have forced him to change it. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff out there that could be turned into good movies if, that we had people that would stick to source material and don't have to try to update or put their own spin on it.
I don't like. I'm not against people reimagining stuff because it's like, again, like I watch a lot of cartoons and stuff, and like barely any of like they use some of the source material, but like a lot of the Warner Brothers animated stuff for like Batman in the DC universe that is animated, they just kind of like they reimagine stuff, but it's still good. So it's like I'm not against you not.
It didn't work so well with The Killing Joke, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's one, but I'm just saying, but like there's a lot of stuff that it's like the original Batman the animated movie wasn't like to source material. Like that was like written like with it was inspired by some source material, but like they changed a lot, And I'm not against changing source material as long as you're still giving respect to like the universe and the characters.
Well,
see, that's the problem. Most of these folks don't give respect to the original universe.
As long as you have a good idea and talent, which again we're very lean on these days.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. On a Pale Horse. I think that's actually the book that I read by Piers Anthony, because that sounds familiar.
I mean, shit. Like, the Lord of the Rings movies like changed a ton from fucking the actual books, but those movies were still fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
that's because he had respect for the source material.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's a talented guy, and certain things were going to work and certain things wouldn't. And some people still don't like those movies because they don't have certain things, so they took certain liberties. I like them because again, it still felt like Tolkien. It still felt like Lord of the Rings. I can pick nits.
It didn't bother me at all that Tom Bombadil wasn't in the movie.
Right. My only gripe was the way they treated Gimli as kind of the butt of a joke and all the time and things like that. I got over that.
No, I'm sorry, Seth. That's not the book that I read. Spell for Chameleon, I think, is the one that I wrote. What is it? The Xanth? Yeah, the first Xanth novel. That's the one I read.
Xanth.
Yep.
Got this big old Zapped with Scott
Chimera thing on the cover.
Where
Xanth books are still being written.
He gets psychic powers, and he makes a chick's blouses pop open.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That was a great movie.
Greatest movie ever.
Dude. Scott
Better
Baio
than
and
John Carpenter.
Best. John Carpenter, yeah, that's that too.
No, it's better than John Carpenter.
John Carpenter.
Manticore, yes. Yep.
and John
for
Carter.
Chameleon book 1 was really good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was well done.
Hey, Eagle.
Hey, what's up, Eagle? Good to see you.
Hello, Sheila.
Hey.
Welcome. Jesus, we've been going for like fucking 3 hours. Holy hell. Yeah. I should. We should probably go ahead and
skipping.
Right. We should probably go ahead and wrap this one up. You got anything you want to show, Billy?
Like Colossus.
I'm just working on Goblin Girl pages. No, nothing really.
Okay. And Jason's already showed his thing, so yep. His image.
Oh, that is cool.
I don't know what it is.
It's a cyborg with an arm, a cyborg arm. Nice. Rex, do you want to show what you're working on?
Sure. I'm struggling with it, but it's coming along.
Yeah, man. That's cool.
Yeah, he's a villain that I kind of did a drawing for back in May of last year called the Seeker.
Here's just, you can see a little bit of it. I mean, you can just at least see Dan's great work through.
Take it easy, Kayla. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye, Kayla.
See you, Kayla.
Kayla says, Jason, that is so goddamn awesome.
Oh, thank you,
Kayla. Nice, dude.
Goblin Girl kicking her spiked boot through Goblin's head right there. She's about to get in this battle that's going on. Chopping guys in half. Yeah.
That's fucking looking great, man.
I'm just putting in flats right now. I'm trying to get every page flatted so that I can go back in
the half tones, can't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's looking good, man.
Yeah.
Just setting mood.
Yeah. And then this is what I'm working on.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Finishing up this page here. Finally getting to the shadows. Got the clouds put in. Building is done. Putting in the shadows for the groundwork down here.
That is a lot of bricks, dude.
Yeah, it is.
He's been working on that for about 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you fuck up the lensing on it. And yeah, put in a bunch of spikes down here, but this is, this page has to have impact. So,
who wants that?
And I don't get to work on this full time, unfortunately. So
right.
So yeah. No, it's got a moat around it, a moat of spikes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Seth. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
I won't go.
And that reason will become evident in the story. But
just to keep up.
All right. Thank you guys all for watching. Thanks to everybody for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Thanks.
Later.
Had a great fucking job. Thank you very much. Get fucked up. Have a good time. Cheers.
We're the all singing, all dancing craft of the world.
When your music sucks and you're an asshole.